All right, there we go. Hi, everybody. How are we all doing today?
Scott, when you were a kid,
Yeah.
how worried were you about underwater mines?
Actually, pretty worried.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Yeah,
Why
I
is
don't
it
know.
so common in like cartoons and shit to have underwater mines?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I thought if I went out into the ocean, it wasn't the sharks that were gonna get me or the squid.
Mines.
It was the dragon's teeth, or whatever you call them.
No, dragon's teeth were tank stoppers in World War II.
That's right. And we stopped those tanks underwater
Yeehaw!
with mines. So what's up, everybody? How we all doing today? Rena's
I'm feeling a
sad.
little snaky today.
Rena, why are you so sad right now?
Well, I wasn't sad before.
But now you're sad.
Now I'm
Is it because
sad.
of Wade?
No,
Is it because what's happening to Wade?
no.
It's
It
because
was pretty sad.
she didn't join us last night.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I went to a concert.
Oh, did you really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, who'd you go see?
Not a concert I really would choose to go see. But my friend had free tickets and was like, "Hey, so I'm supposed to go with my dad. Like, can you?" And he's not gonna go. Like, would you be down to go with me? And I was like, "Yeah, I'll go with you." So we saw Jason Aldean,
I don't even know who that is.
country singer.
That's why I don't know who it is.
Mm-hmm. It was interesting.
Good news, if you look up his name, he's trending in Fox News.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. You went to a country show. Did you do it?
I have cowboy boots.
You did it. Yep, she did it.
I did what?
She got all cowgirled up.
All I did was put my boots on.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
I
Did you get the
put
hat?
boots on. No, I didn't wear my hat.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
I did not wear my hat.
And-
I thought about it, but it was supposed to be windy, so I didn't want to blow off.
What kind of jeans were you wearing?
High waisted,
Oh, okay. That's
a crop top, and a black.
See, that's the
jacket.
problem. You went high waisted instead of hip huggers.
Yeah, gotta get hip huggers. It's country.
I literally only wear
Gross.
overalls.
I don't want that.
That's it.
I
Why
wanted
do
to
you
wear the
not
crop
want
top.
that?
I wanted
Overalls
to wear
and a
the crop
straw
top.
hat.
You can wear hip huggers in a crop top.
The
I'm not
boots
trying to show
Simpson.
that much midriff, bro.
That's fair. I'm not judging you for it. I'm just saying that's country ways.
I'm only judging you for dressing up for the country show, not for
All
what
I did
you-
was
what
put
you wore
boots
over.
on.
Oh, yeah, well, that's dressing up. You know, if you were like, I should
They're
have an
not even my
AC/DC
boots.
t-shirt and army boots, I'd be like,
They're not even my boots.
oh,
They're
really?
my mom's
Cryptics?
boots that she gave me. Yeah. I only wear them whenever I go. Last time I wore these cowboy boots, I wore them to the Shania Twain concert I went to in Vegas, and that was a couple years
was-
ago.
Oh. Okay.
It's just funny to me that people dress a certain way for, like people that don't dress that way normally, dress that way for country concerts.
I don't want to.
My-
Okay,
my
listen.
wife
I
does
was
it too.
already like out of place at this concert. Okay, I could have been as outward as the goths who were there, which that was weird.
Hmm.
There were actual like goths, and and I'm talking like you imagine what a true goth looks like. That's
Like the
that's
South
it.
Park character, like the South Park goth kid.
So goth.
Rena, we know
So
what
goth.
we know what a goth looks like. We saw that same tweet over. and
I
over.
knew that was gonna be said. I knew Scott was waiting for the moment
Why?
to speak that.
Oh man, that was great. That was good.
You won, dude. You won the internet.
I know.
and
Oh,
and
man.
lost at the same time.
So, Scott, what's going on today, man?
Honestly, you lose Rena, but you gain Cryptic. I call that a double win. You don't
What's
think she
going
can
on
hear
today,
me, do you?
Scott? What's the plan?
I'm pretty sure she can.
No, she took her headphones off. I think she's
Yeah,
going
she
poop.
took them off. Scott, what are we doing, man? Come on.
I was waiting for Rena to come back so we could talk. Oh, there she is. That was quick, Rena.
What?
Did you wash your hands?
I think she got more alcohol to put up with you.
Oh,
I
fair.
feel like
Yeah,
when
me
we
too.
hang out,
No.
it's not going to go well.
You're gonna be like Rena. I'll be like, pop, straight across the face. Brittany
as you
will
don't-
laugh.
As long as you don't hurt the glasses, I don't care.
Brittany was fun last night. She'd even yell at me a single time.
Yeah.
I bet that
Okay.
like
She was so mean to you, and you were so mean to Wade. I'm not going to repeat any of the things that you said, but
why are you being mean to Wade?
Tyler,
Well,
can you,
because
can you
it's-
back me up
it's
on this,
easy.
Tyler?
It's easy.
Listen, you guys were mean to Wade. I just sat there and I.
No, Tyler, you were perfectly fine. You were pleasant. You were never mean to any. I don't think you were even mean to me.
No.
Well,
I
he
don't
did
think
say
I was
that
mean
one
to
thing.
anybody.
That's literally illegal in the United States to say, but that's fine.
That's something illegal.
Mm-hmm. Good game.
Oh, well,
You don't
that's
remember?
news to me.
Why
No.
are you still in the wrong spot?
Oh no, I'm
Orpheus.
Yondis.
There we go. I keep moving. I keep switching. So, all right, Reno, Tyler, Messy. So,
Mhm.
I feel like
Yeah.
shit. I feel like absolute trash. There's a quick story I was saying I'll tell before we jump into it. So we're not going to do a full session today. We're going to do a short one. Usually between seasons, we talk like some meta stuff, but because I definitely will not be able to pull off role playing today, so we're going to do some of the meta stuff right now, and next week will be the season finale. So that's the reason why Rena's sad, not because of anything earlier today. She lives a charmed life. She has Cryptic to look at every day. It's that she doesn't get to finish the season. She really wants to see how things play out, and I don't blame her. I do too, but I will not be able to pull it off today. So I feel like absolute trash. I was shivering earlier in my office when I was doing that long call earlier. I told Brittany about it, but I was like, oh, that was just 68 degrees, but I don't know. I guess I was shivering, too much coffee or something. I was like jittery and shivering and whatnot. She's like, oh, that's weird. I was like, yeah, I wasn't thinking anything of it. And before I went to work, I actually stopped by another location first and then head to my job. And while I was driving there, I was in a road that I'm not very familiar with, but like I remember from years ago. So like I ain't use GPS. Anyways, there was a lane merger that happened. I'm in the far left lane. The far left lane is merging into the middle lane.
Mhm.
I did not notice this. There were probably signs. I did not notice this. Mind you, I was not texting. I was not on Discord. I wasn't on a phone call. I
Well,
wasn't
you
listening
normally
to
are.
music or anything. And it was one of those weird scenarios where my hands were actually at 10 and 2. We know how we all usually drive like this. You usually get the one hand on the wheel, but occasionally get the 10 and 2. By sheer coincidence, my hands were on 10 and 2. I was not distracted by anything. But I can tell that my brain was off. Because the lanes are merging, and I totally did not notice them merging until, oh crap, there's no more lane. There's just a bunch of big orange buckets that are right here, and the only thing I could do is either hit a bucket or hit this car or hit my brakes. I hit my brakes so hard, I legit fishtailed for 3 seconds. Luckily, the car behind me saw it well in advance and slowed down, like, oh, this dumb motherfucker. And it slowed down. I was legit like swerving for 3 seconds. And I missed one of those orange buckets by less than 6 inches. It was maybe 3 inches. I know Messi showed me. It was really, really bad. And I could smell burning rubber for like the next, I don't know, 30 miles of driving or 20 miles, whatever it was of driving. I could smell burning rubber from my tires because of how bad I had to hit. I almost got
You
into
should
a
have
car
just hit the
accident.
buckets, bro.
Yeah, it was
Sometimes they're full of sand.
yeah,
Oh.
they're usually full of sand. It was 100% my fault. 100% my. I could not blame anybody else. And so I was like, I don't know what the fuck is the matter with. So I get to work and I start actually like getting to work. And like 15 minutes later, I'm like lightheaded and like feel like absolute shit. I'm like, I realize I'm like sweating. Like even right now, like really fucking warm. My hands are really cold. And I'm like, seriously? A tetanus vaccine whipped my ass? I'm getting old.
Maybe you just have tetanus.
I don't know, maybe, but it was yeah, it was really rough. It was really rough.
That
It was
sucks. I'm sorry.
it was the closest I've ever come into a car accident. That was my fault. Like I've gotten into like a fender bender before where it was like equal blame, but insurance gave them the blame because of scenarios. And then there's accidents that were
Because you're
100%
prettier.
not my fault.
Yeah, I know
I
how
mean-
that works.
What can I say? He scared me too. He was big. He was a big guy. He got out of the car. He was like, oh, 6'4", okay, 6'5", not like the 5'10" big, okay.
Oh my god, so he towered over you.
Yes, at 5'11",
Literally
he towered
twice
over
your
me.
height.
At
Literally
4'11",
twice your
he
height.
towered over
Literally
you.
twice
Yeah.
your height.
Wow.
Yeah. Literally twice your height.
His shoe was probably like the size of your arm.
I got a big arm.
For a 3 foot tall person, you do.
Oh, like look, that's a 12. It doesn't even take up my whole, like my hands. My hand's bigger than it, you know.
Did you guys know he got the 12 mini?
I like the perspective he's using to make it look like his hands are big.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
So if I go grab a bottle of liquor, you're gonna say it's a nip?
Oh yeah, those airline size bottles that you got to make you look big.
Little shooters. Talking
Yeah.
about. I bring those in the movie theater with me.
That doesn't surprise me.
That's so smart. Fuck.
Reno,
Oh my
Reno,
God.
Genius.
Rena is learning all of these things from Messi, and now
Damn it.
Reno.
Go
Do
to-
that
I
next
go to
time. I
Total
have
Wine.
a purse and everything.
It's
They don't
Florida.
fucking
They
check that.
I
sell
go to Total
them
Wine. I
up
buy like
front.
4 of them, and then as soon as the movie starts, like
There's literally a
Chug it.
bar in my movie theater. It's fine.
you can
If
put
I
them in your
wanted
drink
something, I
too.
can go.
Just say it.
So
I know when you get those big ass ones too.
Yeah,
God
and
damn
it spreads
it.
pretty
So,
well. So you get a
Brittany and
couple of
I-
those,
Shit.
put 'em in.
Hang on,
I
speaking
don't.
of drink.
I make sure I don't drink liquids at the movie theater so that I don't miss parts of the movie to go pee.
Brittany and I literally bring footlong Subway.
I just pee
to the
when I'm
movie
sitting.
theater. Because I'm like, I'd rather spend like, I don't know, $14, $16 to have 2 huge subs than $14, $16 to have a single bottle of water.
Speaking of 2 huge
So-
subs, did you guys know September is over, but you can still subscribe with Twitch Prime?
You could have 2 huge subs right now for the channel.
Tier 3 is available.
Limited availability. hmm That was a really good tie-in. So campaign stuff. That's not actual like role play stuff. Which I'm sorry that made you sad, Rena. I'm sorry I disappoint
She's
you.
not here.
Rena, I'm sorry.
you see
my
the game last
disappointment
night?
to
Yeah, Raina
Pretty
left.
good.
you. No, what game? Who played last night?
I think it was Barcelona.
Oh no, I didn't. I definitely didn't watch. I mean, I'm an American. That's all I'm gonna say.
Scott, you were literally in the call.
He said Barcelona.
I was fucking memeing.
You were literally in the call watching the Barcelona game with us.
Yeah,
By the
last
way, you
night.
need to say Barcelona, right? Barcelona.
Barcelona. Last night, Scott said, "Guys, I really want to watch the Barcelona game. Will you please join me? My wife won't." And we said, "Okay, Scott, we'll help you out." So we came to a brother in need, and we all watched the Barcelona game.
Except Brittany was there the whole time.
And Barcelona game's tomorrow. I looked it up.
Huh.
But yeah, that's really the only issue. Was Brittany was there, actually.
So
I was buying time for Rena. I think we
Oh,
need to
that's
keep
okay.
going.
Barf Ilona. Interesting. So what we're doing
Barf Corona?
is kind of talking about some meta shit. Some meta shit we wanted to go over. One of the big things that we wanted to talk about, and that would, especially Tyler, I know, was like really asking for help from you guys. I think Rena and Messi were too. We're talking about going to the final season and giving them, because we know that the last season is going to be a rough one. Let's just say that. There's no hiding it. We've all talked about it. The last season is going to be pretty intense. They would
Going
love
camping.
to have suggestions for what to do for their limit breakers that
Yeah,
they're going to
'cause
have
I have
unlocked.
no clue how to like gauge it. I have an idea of what it would look like,
Yeah,
but
can-
I don't have an idea of like how to do the limit.
Yeah,
breaker.
Scott, can you just like give me an example of what a limit breaker is and what it looks like?
Absolutely. I'm sorry. I'm waiting to be bloodied so that I can show it to you. I have to be-
5 damage.
Oh. Well, I'm a very large person, so I have more constitution than that.
Okay, how much
Alright.
damage do I need to do to get you bloodied?
6.
How much damage do you want to do to me, baby?
You gotta use your full 6
Um,
inches there, Messi.
Hey, so you want me to hit him 3 times?
Yeah.
Shing! That's 2.
So
That's 4
ideas of
inches.
bloodied, ideas of the limit breaker that we have so far. Well, I think my favorite one thus far is the one that what's his name, Tesh has. So Tesh's character is a psionic character that focuses on he summons a crystalline body, like a crystalline
Mhm.
armor over his body, and he makes
Mhm,
crystals
mhm.
that he's able to like throw at people, and they go smash and they hurt them.
Oh, crystal thrower. Got
Yeah,
it. Got it.
yeah. So we call him Crystal. He doesn't like it, but that's okay. We call him Chris with a K too, 2 S's. Yep. So, anyways, what he does for his limit breaker is, I forgot. I'm gonna look it up.
I forgot. I really like this one. I don't remember what it is.
I don't.
Well,
It's
I-
great,
But,
but I have no clue.
I
how
forgot
it
the
works.
extra stuff. All right, here we go. So the way that it goes, a level 1 hype train, sorry, level 1 limit breaker. When he throws a crystal, it doesn't just hit one person; it hits a 5-foot area, and it does 2d8 damage. A level 2 does a 10-foot area, hitting everybody in a 10-foot area, and it does 3d8 damage. A level 3 hype train does the same exact thing as level 2, but all the targets have to make a will save or be dazed. A level 4 is a 20-foot area for 5d8 damage. And finally, the level 5 one is they also have to make a fortitude save or be stunned. So the fortitude save will save and take damage. And then the way the saves work for him, for his character, it's 10. Well, because he's Pathfinder, not you guys. You guys are 5e, so it's different. It's 10 plus Dex mod plus Hype Train level. For you guys, it would be 8 plus proficiency bonus plus attribute plus Hype Train level. So,
Okay.
I think that's how it works for you guys.
I
Either
feel
way,
like that'd be kind of like a tier 5 hype train if you're doing that. Like, doesn't seem like it would add that much for just getting a tier 1 because you get a lot of bonuses already from flat numbers.
what do you mean? My apologies.
So what was that the range you said increases with hype train?
So if you imagine a fireball, it's either a little boom,
Yeah.
a big boom, or a really big boom.
Yeah. So if you have a level 5 hype train, it only adds 4 more squares.
Oh,
Versus
you
level
know how
1?
radius works, right?
Yeah.
So you're talking about a huge diameter. So what diameter did I just say? A 20-foot diameter hits. Chad, can you remind me? A 20-foot diameter, does it hit like 60 squares? How many squares does it hit?
Will be
So a 20-foot radius, a 40-foot diameter. How many squares does that hit?
It-
How many squares does fireball hit?
A lot.
I want to see. I honestly don't remember. I used to know this. 56. Nope, that's average damage. The volume of a fireball is approximately 33,510 cubic feet. So, really fucking big.
yeah.
I really don't want to have to count it. You guys gonna make me count
Don't
this?
no don't count it. Don't count it.
No,
The-
I'm
the-
counting it.
What I'm saying is what you're adding to it. It's a flat 8 plus, like, if in ours it'd be a flat 8 plus proficiency plus skill. At that point, would adding 4 more for a level 5 hype train be that big of a deal versus a level 1?
Well, so a few different things. Number one, yes, like you're adding
Okay.
a ton more squares, right? You're adding a ton more squares, and two, you're also adding a not just that. You're just talking about size. Did you hear the other
Yeah.
things it does as well?
No.
It dazes them or stuns them as well.
Okay.
Daze means they can't take any actions. Stuns mean not only can they not move, but they also drop everything they're holding.
Okay. I see. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes more sense.
So it's just one of those things where it really does whoop some serious ass. I'm trying to get a damn thing. I just don't remember how it works. I just remember where to find it. Anyway, so that's his. I also like what's his name's what's the dumb one's name? The dumb one, Neil. Neil's a level 1 hype train
right here.
because he uses a lance to like charges at people, but he also can just like cudgel them. He does if he makes a charge attack with them as part of his, he can hit level 1. He hits one enemy for a d8 damage, and they have to make a fortitude save or be staggered. Hype train level 2 is one enemy for 3d8 damage and a reflex save or fall prone, so staggered or prone. A level 3, he does 4d8 damage and is a line attack, so he like charges and hits in a line attack, so everybody in a line. And then level 4, it's all in a line attack, but does 5d8 damage, will save or unconscious. And final level 5, all in line attacks suffer conditions and only a normal attack at the final target. So more or less is and then the person at the end too. So it's like a huge attack that hits like a bunch of friggin' people in a line, and it does actually a lot of damage. I'm still trying to find out where the goddamn thing is.
That's fine. So the question originally was, did we have any ideas for what we want?
Yeah.
I don't know about my castmates, but I do not.
So I think
I have an idea how it would look. Because Ophio's hiss is even louder than normal. I thought one of the main things that I do, especially now with an adjustment, is teleport and attack, because I've done that a lot recently with the Lopers. And
It's
so
funny. I was thinking the same thing for me, but go ahead.
I know because it's like we do the same thing. It was either that or I eat somebody.
a strong single target. Maybe if you
I could grapple them with the tail
You're-
because the thing is, Ophios has completely changed how he looks now too.
do you still have the necro damage that you do, like your AoE necro attack?
Not really. You mean my
Okay.
teleport one where I disappear and it causes a massive thing?
Yes.
Yeah, I have that.
Okay, so maybe just a very large one of those.
I was thinking something where it hexes like all of everybody around him
Ooh, that would be good. I like that.
because I'm going to be using hex a lot and hexblade's
A big hex, maybe like a big bane or something. Too.
Yeah.
Like some kind of big debuff. One of us should specialize though in like single target stuff. Because we're gonna be fighting bosses. We're gonna doing a bit of a boss rush, I think, in this last season.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the reasons why I like having what's his name with that single target thing, because like you said, it's nice having the one person that can like seriously whoop some ass in that way, in that regard. You know what I mean?
I mean, I can certainly be the single target thing because that's how I've specialized anyway.
me.
Is lopers.
Either way, one of us.
Or
yeah.
you, yeah.
Because we're both
Or
trained
Rena.
to do the same thing, just in different ways.
Yeah, Rena. All of us could honestly be individual.
Actually, yeah,
ones.
Rena's.
I feel
makes
like
the most
Rena's
sense.
is run around and like slashes everybody. Like it's because she's like
Just
kill.
insta murders everybody.
Because you remember, if she has those abilities that if she kills somebody or crits, she gets an extra attack. So I think each one would give her an extra attack. I could see Rena just being like
just
one
chain a
attack,
bunch of
another
attacks,
attack,
yeah.
another
Maybe
attack,
like a
another attack.
large execute.
Yeah.
Like anyone in the area that's below a certain health, like percentage or something. And then you add a
That's
value.
like a soul sucking kind of thing. I'm having a really hard time doing this because like when it's the right size. Okay. Oh, there we go. I got it right now. Okay, I was just done before. All right, cool. We're good now. All right, now
Yeah,
I
I
can count
see-
hexes.
I see Rena's being berserking, which could work against a single target or multiple targets, where she just constantly is like it's.
Maybe she gets like a
extra
double action
attacks.
surge or something.
Yeah.
Like a
that's
bunch
what I
of
was
turns
thinking.
all at once.
What do you think of that, Rena?
I think it's accurate.
What happened with the whole?
She's
I know
got
we
a lot of
talked about
rage.
this. I know we talked about this already, Rena. But your whole Scott's like actually counting every single X. That's so funny.
It's
Your
30.
your Lady Airvel Dark Eyes.
What about it?
Like
That's
It-
44 squares to be clear. 44 squares. That is
Okay.
that is not a small area. Go ahead. Lady Aravel Dark Eyes. That whole thing I used
Yeah.
to keep calling the goddess.
yeah, like should we? Would it make sense to bring that back, Rena? Maybe your limit breaker is Lady Airvel Dark Eyes like gives you some kind of buff where you get like astral projection or something from the goddess who gives you like maybe a greater axe or bastard sword or whatever it is. And you can actually have some like instead of it just being like a flavor thing, like oh you succeed, here's how it happens. It's like you actually get some kind of bonus that you can use for more than one turn. Like you upgrade yourself, if that makes sense.
As a limit breaker? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could see that.
I-
Or she
I-
calls upon her, maybe.
maybe like a Destiny 2-esque like ultimate or something where you get like some
Yeah, I see what
ability
you
you can
mean.
like fly around or whatever for a
Oh,
little
that'd be
while,
lit.
couple turns or whatever.
A spirit axe? It sounds sick, Rosen.
I don't know what Lady Airvel
Hey,
Lady Airvel Dark Eyes
dual
seems to
wheels.
really like the bastard sword, but
Yeah,
an
she
axe
also-
would be
she-
sweet.
She also really likes it when gods go where they belong.
Would gods what?
Nothing. I didn't say anything.
Okay.
Oh, where
Should they
they belong.
To hell?
You can go to hell.
Do I
Okay.
still have her favor is the question. I don't even
Scott,
know.
look behind you.
We're just assuming.
You're in hell right now, brother.
Thanks, baby.
Just
I
an
mean,
idea.
Eyes turn pitch black. She looks fucking possessed. That'd be scary. Should we make her scary?
We haven't
I
seen Lady Airvel
honestly-
Dark Eyes in a while, but I would like
I
that.
could see that. Honestly, she's got like a shitload of rage in her. So I could absolutely see her limit breaker being something like her just absolutely fucking losing her shit. And just going berserk on everything.
I'll be right back.
No, doesn't matter.
So
Yeah,
you
that
would
feels
wanna-
like an AoE to me, where you're just running around hitting everything.
Well,
Yeah.
hold on. We're not doing the heel swing, are we? We do the whole. You lean back on your heels and you just swing the axe in a circle.
No,
like,
No,
that's
swinging
no,
at the
no,
top.
no, no.
that's
no, no,
corny.
no.
No,
It
no,
is
no,
so
no.
corny.
She's like running around like
No, like
axe,
attacking, like multiple
everything.
attacks. Yeah.
Yeah, against everything.
But also, we
within
gotta
an
put some
area.
flair in there. Her
Right.
signature, dragging the axe along the ground behind her as she
Yeah,
does
and
fucking swings at everybody.
slicing up at them, and yeah.
Like it seems fast, but she does it slowly, kind of thing. You know what I'm
Because
saying?
like the stakes are going to be very high. The opponents you're going after are going to be not easy opponents. So stakes are
know
gonna be high.
that. Yeah.
Oh, that's why I'm saying she runs around and hits all foes within a certain radius.
When we run around hitting all foes in a certain radius, it sounds pretty extreme. For like a ha, ooh, ha, ooh, ha, ooh, ha, with 6 seconds. So, Rena, are you thinking like, how do you imagine it in your head, hitting a bunch of foes versus like?
I actually imagine it
Ah!
as if time were to slow down for her.
Mhm.
Like she does it fast, like to everybody else's perception, but she is like, for her, it slows down. Everyone
See, it's
stops.
funny because
almost.
I saw that as being like a yawn disability.
Yeah,
Really?
that's what I was
Like-
thinking was
like,
Yonda's
what was
I
the
mean,
name of
that could be cool too.
because
what
he
was
was
the
in
name
the
of that
time
character?
temple for the longest time.
Right, and because of his Loper lineage, and his
Yeah.
mother and the stone and all that stuff. So, what was the name of that character from that terrible video game people like? It's I think it's that character from LOL, or like Dota or something. He was kind of like a C tier character, one that people barely played, but he could like stop time and slow down time and rewind time every time he got his ass cooked. He just rewind time. The hell is his name? But
I don't know. Maybe it's not like maybe it's not a different direction she could go. It's more
maybe it was a
like
girl.
what if it was an AoE, but she just attacked one target and like the whole ground.
Oh, like a shatter ground effect,
like shattered.
ah.
Yeah, and like became like molten or something or whatever. I don't know. Something fucking nuts like that.
Kronos from Smite. Let me see if that's what Kronos.
I don't
Smite.
think so.
Probably not. No, it was like a nerdy little person that had like, I don't know, a watch or like, I don't know. I remember them being kind of I don't remember it. Viking, can you pin it real quick, and I'll swing over. Tell me what chat it's in.
I
Anyways.
actually I saw it already. I'll read it out.
Sure. And what is lol time character? Oh, really?
Oh, you're thinking of Zareth? They're not Zareth. I'm sorry. The old guy, Zillion. You're thinking of Zillion.
I don't know. He was. Whoa, that's some. Okay. Well, how do you spell Zillion?
Zilean.
Nope. They were young. They male or female. I'm not entirely sure of the gender identity. I think they had a watch that was like a gearbox or something on them.
Maybe Echo?
Maybe. Oh, Echo sounds familiar. Is that lol?
EKKO? Yeah, it's lol. EKKO.
EKKO, not ECH. Oh, okay. EKKO. Yeah, I think that's the one. Yeah. They could like they would screw up a lot and they would just like rewind time, and that's like how they would succeed. So I almost see
Yes.
like Messi's character as being like
Oh,
that,
me?
like his limit break. Yeah, because we were talking about time for Rena. So Rena, we'll go
Oh.
back to yours because I like what you just said, and we'll get back to that in 2 seconds. I like the idea of Messi's character. He goes running in, and just like almost like a glitch, like it's like advantage, but like almost like the luck die, like hyper advantage. Like he runs in and he attacks, but it doesn't work. So like almost like glitches back, runs in, attacks, doesn't work, almost like glitches back. Though I don't want him to have that kind of manipulation of time. It's too powerful. It doesn't make sense for this world, right? But almost has that kind of feeling to it. Like he runs in and he can kind of like see like the different avenues or paths that things can go, and time like slows down, and so he's able to kind of pull that off. I think that would work. Messi, you were about to say something about Rena, or is it about you?
I don't know.
And Rena, is this something about you in chat? And we lost the potato. Ultra Instinct. What's Ultra Instinct? Nobody?
Ultra Instinct is a DBZ thing. It's like going Ultra Super Saiyan, like super high.
Oh, okay. Because like, I know what Super Saiyan is, and I remember like
I
level
like the
4 gave you
vibe.
like a tail or something.
I like
it
it.
became a giant monkey.
I also like that, like, maybe while she's in this state, nobody can, like, get through to her. So if somebody says something to her, she doesn't hear it.
Oh, I was gonna read off Vikings thing. That's what it was.
Yeah, you can read off Vikings thing. So
Sorry,
for
my
Rena,
cat's rubbing up against the mic.
do you want to read it, or do you want me to do the Rena's thing?
Do Rena's thing.
So Rena, you were talking about like a big attack that goes boom, like an AOE when you like charge at the person and hit them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's talk about this in tiers. Like, let's get this idea in our head chat. Rena singles out a target and all their friends, and she goes running at them. And are we talking about like the bent back, big jump attack of the, Rena? If you
No,
Google,
I think I want it to be lazier.
oh,
It's creepier. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So the way that she comes up is that, like I mentioned before, that her whole shtick of dragging the axe behind her, but doing so much more damage that it looks like she's about to do. Like, it doesn't like come across as like they're kind of like thrown off. You know what I mean? Like they're like, okay, yeah, I guess she's gonna attack, but then she does, and it hits that one target that she's going for, as well as however many within a certain area are nearby, except for her companions.
so funny. We actually with
Yes,
Inclame,
Viking.
with Inclame, I don't think we kept the companions safe. I think they were also within the radius. So people had to be smart with how it is that they use their abilities.
I mean, she specifically would not try to hit her companions.
No, you
So,
wouldn't hit them directly. But if you're talking about the reverberations, like the ground breaking or whatever beneath the attack,
oh well, that's one
yeah,
thing.
that's like the reverb. So let's
Yeah.
talk about this attack. If we harken back to just for a baseline idea of what this would work like. Now, mind you, this other one is written in Pathfinder, not 5e. So bearing that in mind, I'm going to try to post this into our chat over here and see if it looks like complete trash or not. So copy, and then Rena in our secret chat, but then I'm also going to post it in our chat over here too. So in Regicide chat, paste. Just for a point of reference for you, let's see if I can make this look halfway decent over here. Not really, no. Looks like absolute trash. So let's see if I can do this a little bit better. So we get rid of you, then we go down here, we get rid of all the Daelric hype. Okay. Rena, as you're looking at that, your first impressions, if you will.
What can you explain about level 3? All
Absolutely.
targets. So
Good.
all targets including companions or not including companions?
So the way that it works is for what's his face, Tesh, is that everybody in the area gets hit. So it's not like you're aiming for them. It's just they should not be inside the area of the hit. But to be fair, though, we've never actually... I think that's cleaner and easier for chat to look at. To be fair, though, I don't think we've ever actually had a situation where he's ever actually gotten to use his ability. So this is not a big deal, right? Like he's never actually used his power in an area where his friends were. So maybe the status effects that wouldn't affect them, but maybe being inside the rumbly damage would affect them, if you know what I'm saying. And Doom, oh my god, that's hilarious. What do you think, Arena? Talk to me.
Cinematic as fuck. I was just reading what they were typing.
Oh, gotcha.
I mean, I think it works.
This is a baseline. We're gonna make alterations to this.
So
Understand?
5-foot area doesn't for a level 1 hype train.
What that means
I mean,
is
I can
that you,
already like fight people within 5 feet of them though.
so what that means is you do that. There, I think that's tighter for everybody to see. There we go. So what that means is that you hit only one target. So a level 1 hype, you hit just one target. You
So I'm
hit
just
that
doing
target.
extra damage
You just
to
get
the 8.
extra damage, exactly. And then level 2 is where all of a sudden you so the ground is affected around that one individual, and so you get extra damage. Level 2 is where you hit other people around them, and then extra damage. You know what I'm saying? But for yours, I like the idea of instead of blah 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 or dazed, blah 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 or stunned, which I don't even remember if those are effects in 5e. I like the idea that the first one is like dex save or prone, or sorry, strength save, whatever, or prone. Like more or less, you smash them so hard that everybody in that area like falls prone, and prone's great because it gives you advantage on attacks against them. Give me your thoughts. Be open. Talk to me. Like, don't feel like I'm saying you have to take this, Rena.
Because these are hype trains. I feel like it takes a lot to get to like the different levels depending on how many people you have watching.
Sure. But it's also something that it's something that doesn't get used all the time either, because the mechanic as it's currently set requires you to be bloodied, which means at half health to even use it. But we were talking in Inclame about, okay, bloodied to use it, but now they never get to use it because they don't get their ass kicked often enough. Or you can use it at -3 at any point in time. So let's say you have a hype train level 4 saved up, Rena, a level 4 limit breaker saved up. You can use a level 1 at any point in time. You don't have to wait till you're beat up, or wait until you're beat up and get that big old smash. You know what I mean? Because the whole idea of a limit breaker, the basic concept of them is they're not supposed to be just always available. You earn them through attrition, right?
Even if I earn it too, like let's say I do earn the full level 5 like hype train. If it doesn't work for whatever's going on RP wise, I'm not going to use it. I'm going to tell you that right now. Like I will avoid using it because I want it to make sense. Because there's no reason that she would just all of a sudden out of nowhere like, oh, okay, we're gonna just like go fucking ham on these people randomly for no reason, just because I have it and I want to use it, you know. So I don't know.
Okay.
I guess it makes sense for like the different levels. It's fine.
But you're saying that you would probably remain a little bit conservative with it because of the description of what it is versus the amount of power of what it is or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because I would be working it into like her as a character more so than just from a combat standpoint. Like I could need it like in a combat period, but if it doesn't fit, I don't know, I like won't use it, which sounds stupid, but I just won't.
Chat's like, okay, don't vote for Arena to get the hype. No,
that's fine.
That makes sense.
No. So because you're putting the connotation of it being anger on there, is why you are getting this kind of like block, right? If you took away the connotation of it being like an angry smash, which I'm not asking you to change your idea. I want you to have an idea that you like. That's why we're having a back and forth. But if you change the idea of the angry part, then would you use it more often because it was just a technique or an ability that you had versus the connotations that are now attached to it?
I mean, probably. Yeah, I guess if it was a technique that she was like developing over time, or just, I mean, she's already in the habit of doing something like that anyway, so it would make sense for it to get more powerful. That feels so lame. Like, I feel like a hype train is like, okay, hype, like we're fucking hype. As soon as the hype train happens, like let's do the thing or whatever, or you know, save it for like something that's going to be really huge or really big, or I don't know. That's how I'm thinking about it. I
guess. Your mind, what is really big?
Like a final battle sort of thing, or a battle that is dire, like the dire situation type thing.
When it comes to the mechanic, so the effect, like, so what is really big?
I would say, you know, maybe multiple companions severely wounded, or not present, or outnumbered, or something that makes the combat like a lot harder than it would normally be, I guess.
So I'm still maybe asking the question the wrong way. Are you saying 5d8 extra damage to a whole bunch of people instead of a 20-foot radius is not big?
No, I'm saying that is. I'm saying everything that you have listed here it makes sense for every level of hype train. I'm saying when I would like the circumstance, or I should say the what's the word I'm looking for here? I guess the circumstance under which I would actually use
trigger.
It, yeah, would vary.
So
if chat like got a hype train and they're like, cool, we got a level 5 hype train. Like, it might not necessarily happen the same session.
Yeah, but you're saying, so I think what you're trying to say is linking it to only being bloodied means that there are times when I want to use it, but I won't be able to because I just didn't get my ass kicked enough. Or there are times where I can use it, but I really don't want to because it doesn't make sense. So it sounds like you're saying that linking it to bloodied, which by the way, bloodied means half health or less. Linking it to bloodied sounds like you have a dispute with. Is that what you're trying to say?
So.
Your dispute is
I
that linking it
guess.
to bloodied? If I'm phrasing it, Messy's nodding, but if I'm phrasing it poorly, please try to correct me because I'm trying to understand you.
I
Yeah,
think
because
she
she
wants it to be
wouldn't-
more dire than that.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, because I don't. If it's just her that's in peril, she doesn't give a shit, honestly. Like it. But if everybody
'Cause
is,
she got to the back, yeah.
yeah. Well, okay, but if everyone is, that would be a circumstance under which she would use something.
That'd
like
be an
that.
amazing hype trade ability. I got your back. It's only usable when your friends are in a bad situation. And what you do is you go in there and you just tap them and say, "Good luck." No, okay.
The way
use
I
the ability
see
and
how
everyone
she's
immediately
describing
dies.
It is
I
like
have an idea, but go ahead,
if
Tyler.
anyone is bloodied, like say I'm at like really really bloodied,
Mhm.
and Rena shows up, and she has that limit breaker, she should be able to trigger that limit breaker to save my ass.
Yeah.
You read us. So what you're trying to say is less of my character has to be bloodied to use my ability. It's more if somebody's bloodied,
Correct.
that's at least better. Okay. Now, what about this as an idea? What if it's something that can be? You don't have to use it when they do this. But what if it's something that can be unlocked by chat as well? Or is that too much like luck dice of a thing that's like, okay, it's probably gonna happen. And by
Honestly,
that I mean,
I'd be okay with like this being a one-time thing. Now, I know they might fight me about this, but like, I'd rather take the full level 5 and have it be a one-time thing versus have the multiple levels and use it multiple times throughout the rest of the sessions.
I mean,
You understand what I mean?
you only get whatever level that you earn. So like, let's say for instance, over on Inclame, I think twice so that campaign's almost done with season 1, and I think a hype train ability has been used twice ever. Like, because that was when it made sense. Like one time it was a whole dam was being attacked by trolls and the other 2 weren't even there, and so it was just a matter of protecting the dam and protecting the people that were there. So Tesh's character kind of like ran up and he threw it, and it just kind of like it injured the trolls enough that he was able to kind of like batter them off, and the NPCs came up and helped out and blah blah blah. The other time was the 3 of them were fighting, we'll call them gargoyles, and they were getting their asses handed to them by gargoyles. And what's the lame one's name? Neil. Neil's character just kind of like charged up his he has like a pick that he uses when he's not using his lance on his horse, and he's like, and he did like a big smash with the pick to like really fuck up one of the gargoyles in front of him. So I mean, they've used it twice because they also were looking for more of dire situations. Now, mind you, the Tesh one was done when he wasn't even injured. That was before we put the limitation of injured on there. But I like the idea of bloody doesn't have to be an individual thing. It could be somebody in the party because you're trying to like defend them. I actually like the unlock. It's something I actually like the idea of bringing over to Inclame. And Jake is probably creeping in chat because Jake is a creepy person. So I'd love to hear his opinion on it, but I could be mistaken. He may have bounced out when he realized he wasn't going to hear our sweet role playing. But going back to your point, Rena, what if it's something that can be unlocked by chat? Something that, I don't know, no, because spending daddies on is unfair because daddies actually are harder to get resource. And if you
I think
choose
it
not to
needs
use
to be a community thing. Like everyone has to be in agreement.
Channel points, like a really big channel point thing, because we don't use channel points for anything but.
Oh, you mean like a community channel point like thing?
Yeah, like hold on, let me click on this. What do we got here? Highlight my message, barf. You know what I mean, like that. Like if it was like 10,000 channel points, could unlock it for the scene, because those there have no actual like. Because daddies are linked to a monetary value. So
there's community goals you can set too. Like I have one on mine for like a coach voice discount, right? So you could like set multiple community like channel
multiple
point
people can contribute
goals.
to
Yeah,
one.
and then they can choose like
Cool.
Like if you if you had like an Ophios, Yondis, and Arena like contribution, like 3 of those goals or whatever, and you're like you have to hit this goal to unlock the level 5 like limit breaker or whatever, and then people can choose like they're like I'm gonna donate this many channel points to Yondis, or I'm gonna donate
So
this many channel
I
points to
did for
Ophios.
your coach voice thing over there, but it
Uh-huh.
limited how many I was allowed to do. Is that a
Right.
mandatory thing or is that like an optional thing?
I think you can change it before you
It's
submit
optional.
it, but once
Okay.
you submit it though, it's final and you can't change it again. So you got to really pay attention.
So
before
somebody
you-
like Viking that's sitting on like 700,000 Daelric pop, Viking could do that.
I think so. I'd
Okay.
have to like go and pretend to
No.
like make another one again.
I could set it
but-
up, but I like the idea of what you're saying, where it's one of those things where the scene is just too raw. That somebody that could be triggered and they can work up to unleash it for you. Can you have more than one community goal built at the same time, or can you only have one community goal? And is there a time limit to it?
I
I
think
don't know.
you
I'd
can
have to play
set
around with it.
Okay, I have to play around with it.
you
Cool.
can set a really long time limit to it.
All right,
I don't
cool.
remember like what the highest one is, but I remember it being like so many days.
I
or
think you
months
can
or whatever.
extend it too, right? You can just
Yeah,
keep it
you
going.
can keep extending it. I think.
Well, because you guys play only once a week, so it's one of those things where we'd have to almost like write that. Let's say it's a 10,000, just for an argument's sake, but over the course of one stream, only 5,300 are done. Then just the next stream, you remove the 10,000 and make it so it's 4,700 is what the goal is or something. But I don't know.
I
Either
can
way, so-
extend it up to a month,
But
so you could keep doing that technically.
but you guys only play on Friday versus Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah.
Saturday. So that being said, okay, so
But
there's
if
an
you're
idea.
streaming on your channel though, and it's not us, they can still contribute to any of that.
So that's true. That's true. Especially if they know what kind of situation you're currently in or whatever. But that
Mhm.
also means they wouldn't be able to contribute to something for one of the other campaigns. Like, what if I was doing that for Inclement?
No, they could. You would have like a several different. I don't know how many community challenges
Oh,
you
you
can
get
add.
multiple. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
it says I can add another one
Okay.
here.
Cool. All right. We'll worry about that afterwards. I can figure that out on my side. You don't need to sit there and do the brain work on this. That's a cool idea. All right. So let's pretend like what's written on that hype train thing we're looking at. Let's pretend like that's exactly what it is. Now let's say that the levels work exactly they are, so on and so forth. The way that you can unlock is either when you or somebody in your party is bloodied, or community buildup allows that to happen, right? Does this sound more in line of what you were thinking about? And if there's something else that seems off, please, again.
I mean, I feel like it fits more to the notion that this would be like a one-off thing and or two-off thing, maybe depending on the situation. It just works better, in my opinion, for like whatever the story.
Bro, when I fought Sephiroth,
Is,
I
or,
used
like,
my limit
whatever's
breaker
happening.
like 65 times. I don't know. You're
Well, yeah, okay, yeah, but like it's a little different, right? We're telling a story here,
yeah, of course.
not just like
I-
trying to
I-
brute force our way through this combat.
Of
Like
course,
we want it to
of
be
course.
interesting.
Also, hype trains cannot and do not come that often. So obviously, that's
Right,
not gonna be the
right.
case.
So I want it to make a difference. I don't want it to be just kind of this casual thing,
Yeah.
I don't
you
know.
filthy
That's
casual.
just my opinion. I guess if you guys disagree with me, let me know. But
Yeah. So I've been listening a lot to. So I want you to put a little bit of time and feel free to type in chat or whatever, braining about what you like as an ability. Oh, Rita, let me toss you a link real quick. What
Okay.
you like as an ability. Again, just for simplicity, let's base it off of what we were just talking about. The one that what's his name has. What's his face? Tesh, whose name I can't remember. Let's for funsies pretend like you're basing it off of that one. But I'm gonna give you, because you're 5e, which is different, this link right here. That brings you to 5e like references for like conditions and whatnot. Because like dazed and stunned are probably not things you're necessarily interested in. You might be interested in other abilities. You might even like go more the route that Neil does, where it's more status effects and less area damage. But I won't lie, I like the idea that the ground around you all becomes rough terrain. Like that's kind of like
I
one of the
was
things I
thinking
loved.
that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was already kind of imagining that.
That's a pretty cool. That's actually
That
a
she just affects the environment around her. So it's
it-
more neutral than just attacking somebody.
it's a really cool feature that's actually I'm pretty sure half giants get called Stomp. It's like a psionic ability. Okay, let's put you aside for a second. Tyler, you're eating. Want me to go to Messy?
Sounds good to me.
All right, Messy. Before we get directly into your opinions, were there any other interpretations? Because you hang out with Rena way more than me, so you can understand what she's trying to explain. That I seem to be like, it's probably because I'm sick. Because like she's saying words that make sense. I'm just an idiot. So
Yeah.
any other interpretation of hers that you could toss my way that you think? Can you Florida talk it?
I think generally speaking, what she's looking for is some big climactic story element that chat unlocks for her that is only usable in very key scenarios and only once or maybe like a very few amount of times. That's what she was looking for.
Yep.
Her big, going Super Saiyan for the first time and only time moment. But I don't think that is a good idea for a limit breaker. I think that's more of like something else, something different. So
A fortune's favor.
yeah, more like a fortune's favor. Exactly.
She's done that before when she saw like Lady Aravel and blah blah blah, that whole thing.
Yeah, that hasn't happened in a while though.
Well, things kind of deviated from that course for a while.
Yep.
But that's fine. So okay, I understand what you're saying. More or less, you're saying Rena likes idea, but Rena wants it to be big thing that isn't cheapened by being often thing.
Yep.
I understand. I think most people here would agree that you don't want it too often.
But I feel like at the same time, I'm not gonna say she's the weakest in the bunch. Absolutely not saying that. But as far as like flavor goes, Rena's the most mundane. And having the Lady Aravel Dark Eyes was like the one thing that she has that no one else has. So I think playing into that a bit more, where you can tap into that a little bit more often, would separate you from Vaku. You know what I'm saying?
It's so funny that you said, well, Baku, that's offensive. It's so funny because I always see Rena as being the character that is a bit more mundane, but that's one of the reasons why she's so unique. She's with a fucking snake person and a half alien, and she's just like a dude that got like an axe, and she just whoops ass as like a dude with an axe. She's like the Krillin of the group. You know what I mean? Oh, is it Yamcha? No? Okay, sorry.
Yamcha dies a lot. Krillin's pretty badass, but he's useless. Once you get above a certain tier.
Excuse me, who cut off Vegeta's tail?
Freezes.
Vegeta's.
Vegeta. Also.
Oh, you got Freezes as well?
I think.
Yes.
Because he was the one that did
Both.
the
Did both.
Destructor Disc.
Yeah,
And I think
Destructo
I think you're thinking Cell, not Frieza.
Maybe it was Cell's tail. Yeah, I don't remember.
I
I thought
I'm
Frieza's tail was
99%
cut off
sure
by
he hit
Trunks when
Frieza.
he came back from the future.
99% sure you hit Frieza with it. I'm checking.
Yeah, but either way, she has no superpowers, and that's her superpower. She's like, I'm Batman. Rena, can we get Coach voice for Batman?
Literally, okay. I just
You
looked
can't
it up.
just request it.
I just did.
Spoiler
I
for
literally
people
just
who
requested
haven't
it.
seen Dragon Ball, but Frieza gets cut in half by a Destructo Disc. I don't know if Krillin was the one who threw it, but it was a Destructo Disc.
Yeah, that's right. It was like Mecha Frieza that was cut down by Trunks. That's right. Either way, Rena, how about this? If you give us Coach voice Batman, I will give you an extra 1.5 second hug when we meet. I will trade an extra 1,500 milliseconds of love.
Also, apparently, Krillin did cut
Physical
Frieza's tail.
love.
Just,
I don't
Rena,
know, man.
Rena,
I like my
here's
personal
your
space.
counter offer. Here's your counter offer.
Cryptic, can you back me up on this one?
What's the counter offer?
He has to grow bangs.
I'm out.
I'm out, he says.
Do you have any idea how
Okay.
many bangs it takes for this 5-head?
Yeah.
bangs? How
she
long
do be
bangs?
having a 5-head.
Yeah. I know. I'm aware. Anyways, so now, Messi, on to your opinion versus us talking about Rena, right?
okay.
What do you think about this whole scenario? What do you think you want to power for you? What's in your
For
brain
me?
piece? Yeah.
I was looking at the one that Viking suggested. The Hello Viking. I will read it now. The idea was, okay.
I will be. I need sleep.
Okay, the idea was from Viking that now in the flavor text, Viking says that it is the scent of honeysuckle expands based on a radius, and then anyone in that radius of me gets hit by like a time broken Yondis, which is cool. I don't think that's Yondis's thing. That's more of like a 13 thing, I think.
Manipulating time with too much of an effect is a bit too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the idea was that it would be I can teleport with the daggers, so it would be like an array of daggers gets put out that I teleport between and I attack everyone near one, if that
Why
makes
do I
sense.
feel like somebody? Why do I feel like I've seen that before?
Nightcrawler from X-Men.
Probably Nightcrawler with like a bunch of swords or something.
Yeah, so that was the idea. And I was thinking about it, and that would, I mean, teleporting around to the different daggers would make sense. I don't know if I'm in love with it, but it's definitely an idea, Viking.
So how would that play out in your mind piece? Like, you talking? You actually get so like Rena and what's this fuck have action surge that allow them to get 4 attacks in 1 round. You get 2, only because you have an offhand weapon attack sometimes.
Yeah.
So this is more or less saying, oh no, there's like 7 people in the area. I get 7 attacks that round. But they can't all be with sneak attack because that would be broken as fuck.
Yeah. I think it would honestly. I think mine
Also, you
would
can't
work
sneak
better.
attack more than once a turn anyway, so maybe one of them would be snuck attacked. Go ahead.
I think it would work better if, because my normal damage isn't much. If I'm not hitting with sneak attack, I can roll it right now, but it's not a lot.
Well, all the abilities add to the amount of damage that they do. Well, not Jake's. Jake's special.
Sure, but 10 damage, and that's a high roll. That's literally my max damage I could do on a hit is 10.
Oh wow.
So it's not a lot without sneak attack. So sneak attack is a maximum of 30 extra I can add to it. So I don't know. I feel like it would make more
40 is
sense
so much.
if it would make more sense if 40 is a lot, 10 isn't.
What's funny is, but I'm over here playing with 5d8 inside of an area, right? What does 5d8 equal? What's 5 times 8? 40?
40, yeah.
Which is 10 more than what you just said. So
Yeah, my sneak attack and max 30, yeah. So I'm thinking maybe I get some kind of ability that lets me jump to a target, like a Nightcrawler-esque thing, and lets me hit them, and maybe puts a debuff on them. That'll make me better for single target, like getting a boss weak so we can work on something else.
Like taking out the backs of their legs, their Achilles tendons and knee ligaments.
Yeah, like some kind of disable that I can use, or some kind of crowd control I can use. That might make things a little easier for us for a couple turns as we can kind of like catch up on.
Could it
there's
not
a bunch
just
of ads or something? But
could it not just be like an extension of his like honeysuckle barrier somehow?
So his honeysuckle barrier
When he
is-
attacks, like the barrier gets pushed out and affects like multiple targets.
So the
Doesn't do
barrier
that,
usually
though.
defends him.
yeah,
He can just once a
Mm.
day or whatever flip it on a dime so somebody else's
Well,
attack
if-
is kind of like knocked back into
Yeah.
them.
So then multiple soul knives. More soul knives than what
yeah,
he
but I can
normally
only
uses.
do 2 attacks a turn and only 1 sneak attack.
Okay,
it's
but
like-
like
and
the
the soul
limit
knives are weak.
breaker
Breaks your
increases
limit.
the number of
Literally says
soul
the
knives you
fucking
can
name.
use. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? So like you have more
Yeah,
than one.
I'm
or
not gonna
more than
get
two.
sneak attack on every single person in
No.
the room. Like that's not gonna happen.
No,
That's
not
fine.
sneak
So-
attack, but you could attack
Yeah, but
multiple.
again, the max I can do if I hit is 10 damage without
Yeah.
sneak attack, which
He's
isn't a lot.
he's is light damage. Just hits
Yeah.
often. All right, so Messi, the idea is that early on you can hurt them, do a little extra damage, nothing crazy, and mostly just give them a status effect. And then how does that build as the hype train goes up?
Have you ever seen Naruto?
No, not really.
Okay, there's a character in there called Neji,
I mean, I've seen some of it, but
and Damn it, Steve. I said Silicone Steve. Silencio Steve. Neji literally.
Don't judge him. Steve, you look good.
The whole point of his character is, or like his whole thing, is that he can see people's chakra and like where they're building up the most chakra, and he can hit them in their weak points, and they like lose the ability to cast and stuff like that. So I think something that limits spells or limits magic would be cool if I could like teleport behind someone, like hit them somewhere, and then a spell drops, or like they can't cast for a turn or two, at the like build it back up kind of thing. I'm not sure how that would stack, like how you would make that better. Maybe it's just like an extra effect I can do. Like maybe it's even like a random effect, like I roll a dice and like I can roll more dice for the higher the hype train goes or something like that.
Can I interrupt with the idea that builds off of yours but feels a little bit quicker?
Absolutely.
I think the thing about Rena's is it's not meant to be fast. Rena's talking about slowly dragging an axe across the ground and then hoisting up and smashing it. She's about as slow as a conversation with Messi, right? So the idea with what's his name, Yondis, is maybe it's a reaction ability that you use. So instead of doing it on your turn as your action or whatever, it's literally as a reaction, you go and you hit a bunch of different people or whatever your teleporting ability is, right? So maybe as a reaction, you're able to teleport X amount of distance, but over that distance, you can do several different things. So allow me to spell this out. You guys are inside of a room when all of a sudden you realize something shit is going to happen. Somebody's about to shoot Rena with an arrow of death, and Tyler's stepping on a plate that's going to, I don't know, cause a lightning bolt to hit him, and somebody else is across the room. You teleport 20 feet to Rena, grab her, teleport 10 feet back so she's out of the way. There's 30 feet. Teleport 40 feet over to Tyler. Teleport him 5 feet back. So now you're at 75 feet. Then you teleport the other 25 feet or whatever's left up to the target, and then you hit them. So it more or less, it gives you a range of teleports that you can do with many like actions that you can do over the course of a reaction. So more or less, it's just like you suddenly just like, and all as a reaction, doing these minor little things. These little things being like, I grab Rena and bring her with me 10 feet over. I could then go over to Tyler, grab him, bring him over.
Literally, you want me to be the Flash?
I mean, effectively, yeah. I suppose that is kind of like the Flash. That's funny. Scott is mean. Why am I mean?
Yeah, I don't know what that's about.
Yeah, I thought it was nice.
I'm thinking less defensive.
Okay.
Definitely thinking less defensive.
So that was more utility. It could be defensive, offensive, whatever. But go ahead.
I don't know. I like the idea of just a quick one strike, like disable.
Okay. But does that build up to a bigger disable to one person, or does that become
maybe it lasts longer? I don't know.
Because of the teleporting ability, maybe you can hit multiple targets as you go. So instead of disabling just one, you can disable more. Because it needs to build. It needs to build up.
Yeah, I know it needs to build. I don't really see a scenario where I'm fighting 5 people that I need to disable. Or even less than that. Like, really, it's almost always going to be, this guy shouldn't be here. Like, either one person's in the perfect spot against us, or one person's casting the perfect spell against us. It's all building up to, usually there's like one cog that's stopping us from being able to do something. So I think being able to remove that and like stop that and like kind of get away with whatever we want to do anyway. I don't know if that makes sense. I've been drinking a lot, but I feel like I'm talking. I'm gonna drink more.
Okay. So you want to focus on one target to more and more takedown of one target.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, maybe it builds up to a second, but I don't really see myself having like each level be a new target. I don't think that scenario is going to happen often.
Okay, what if he can choose? What if it's like, I like your idea a lot, Scott, right? Like, what if he, like, if something happens to Ophios or I or whatever, he can choose to use that extra movement to teleport to assist us, or to put that energy into like a stronger and or more attacks against whatever his target is with his limit breaker, depending on the scenario.
I think we're all talking about a reaction ability, but Rena's saying instead of giving him a bunch of minor actions, sorry, give him a bunch of minor actions that he can teleport as a reaction. Sure. But also he has the option of instead of a bunch of minor actions with a bunch of small teleports, one teleport to one location with one action, and that's a disabled.
And it's either one or the other, and that's it.
That's
like
what I
he
want.
can only do one or the other.
I only want the one target.
Do you want the option for the other? Not at all.
I don't really see that being something I have to worry about.
That's so funny. I can think of 1,000 scenarios where you guys, if you could as a reaction have teleported all over the place, would have been really fucking useful.
I don't want really fucking useful.
I suppose we do have Messi in the campaign. That makes sense. Oh, okay. All right. So the idea of one takes somebody down. That's so funny that you and I are like Rena's idea. I'm like, I got what you're saying. I like it. We're on the same place. It was just a matter of talking about the overall limit breaker concept. That was the back and forth. But her ability, click. You and I are in very different places of where we see Yondas being with his ability. Okay, I see what you're saying, though. I was thinking otherwise. I see what you're saying. It's your character. Won't fight with you on it. If you just want more or less a status effect, single target thing, that's fine. Tyler. Rena's talking about fuck up one guy with broken, groundy, messy shit in area around her ability thing. So a semi AoE that focuses on an epicenter. Messi's saying, I just want to like walk up to somebody and poke them in the nose and it makes them cry. What do you think for your character? Or are there any other interpretations of what Rena was saying beforehand or Messi was saying beforehand that you think you could explain better for me to understand?
Sure. I totally was paying attention to the other two.
We noticed you definitely didn't have a glossed over look.
Yeah. I was eating. My limit breaker, I was thinking, because the biggest thing, I thought of one thing when I was other Ophios. It's a whole different ball game with this change.
Is that Otheros?
Otheros, yeah. That's Ophios Otheros is the full name. In case you didn't know.
Oh, wow. You heard it here first.
For Ophios, since he's like a giant snake, I feel like let's take advantage of his ability to constrict a large area because he's large in size. So stretches out and just squeezes and gathers everybody together into one place, squeezes them, and yeah.
Sorry, I just realized that the lumbar support of my chair was slid down to my ass, and that's why I've been in pain for weeks. That's why you guys have been seeing me squirm for weeks. And I just realized right now I needed to slide it up. So I'm so sorry. I half listened to you, Tyler. I am so sorry. I was just in pain, and I just realized that. Could you please say that again? I'm sorry.
It's an AoE constrict.
AoE constrict. Okay. So how many E's are you gonna A?
I don't know. I'm a freaking large snake, bro.
So you want to go over and grapple up like 3 dudes, and they're all like it's like a group hug. It's like a big group hug.
It's that or I eat somebody. I just want to eat one person.
Okay, I won't lie. The idea of you just like swallow whole, like I won't. Okay, I won't lie. A swallow whole ability
4
is pretty badass. You don't have a poison bite.
I do.
Do you?
My bite has poison on it.
Okay. I won't
Treadwell,
lie.
draw Tyler 4.
The idea of Tyler's character just like straight up being like finish it. What is it? Animality, right? Is that what it's called? Animality, right? I don't know if
mortality.
No, animality. Is that what it's called?
Fatality.
Yeah, fatality when you do your animal form.
Oh,
am I wrong?
Maybe it might be.
When like people turn into like an ape or like a alligator or like a bird or something. Am I crazy? Chat. It's animality, right?
I don't know.
Thank you, Jump for Joy. Thank you. How am I the only one here that knows Mortal Kombat?
Because I play good games.
So you played Street Fighter and Killer Instinct instead?
I didn't play really any of the fighter games.
So what you're saying is you don't know how to mash buttons really hard or strategically press them. Don't you know the way that you win those fighting games? You just do this. Just run your fingers on it really fast. And then your friend gets mad that you just keep jumping and kicking. And they can't do anything because you just keep winning every fight with a jumping kick. Please tell me you're a jumping kick person.
I'm so jump and kick. That's just so you feel better about yourself, Scott, not because it was real.
So you want to either squeeze somebody to death or swallow them whole.
I mean, the idea of squeezing was to make them all restrained.
Okay, to constrict them.
So it would be a status effect of restrained. So I personally feel like his mentality has always been single person in general. So there are a few things that I thought of. An AoE where I'm able to hex the whole room.
Oh, I won't lie. That actually sounds really cool. Be able to hex a room or like a hex enhancement. That sounds pretty cool. I was thinking maybe for you going like a Loper fighty kind of. Oh shit! I lost my back thing.
That's what I was thinking too. Was the Loper attack, which is why I was like single. If it's either it's a focus on a single Loper or it's an AoE hex. Because AoE hex, especially with my new Eldritch Invocation, very good.
Which one is that one? You don't have to say it out loud if you don't want. If you just want to pull up in your character sheet, I can look at it.
I can use a bonus action to teleport to anybody who's under the effect of Hex or Hexblade's Curse. As long as they're within 30 feet and I can see them.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Especially since Messi's like, I don't want to teleport. That's pretty cool. So the idea that you can hex multiple people. Can you do me a favor real quick? Can you go ahead and bloop hex in chat, please?
Sure.
Stupid thing. All right, you place a curse on a creature, see what the range is, do 1d6 extra damage. Also, choose an ability to score. The disadvantage on ability checks with that score. If they drop to 0 with the spell end, you can choose a bonus action to submit to a new target. So hype train to what? Hype train level 1 is you can more or less just do like a more powerful hex and it doesn't take up a spell slot. And the hype train level 2 and up allows you to like hit more targets inside of an area or something like that.
Yep.
And the hex continues to do a little bit more damage, but the only downside to that is their abilities are meant to be oh, I really got a vac in the back of this chair. Their abilities are all pretty much like one-time damage. You know what I mean? Like Rena's the big boom for one-time damage, and Messi's is a big boom for damage and status effect. What we're talking about for yours is, in theory, a bunch of attacks having this added on there. So the only way that we can, in some way of,
it just weakens them. It's like an AoE weaken, and then if I hit them, they get extra damage when I hit them.
Correct. What I'm saying is,
and then it gives me the ability to teleport to them.
Correct. But what I'm saying is, are we going to increase that 1d6 to 2d6, 36, 46, and more? Because if that's the case, then it's a lot of people. Well, but then again, if Rena's doing an AoE, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just wondering.
Plus that hex only, like, if Messi hits them, it doesn't do the extra necrotic damage. It's only if I hit them.
Sure. And how long does it last for? Because again, Messi and Rena's abilities are just like, boom, it's over. Whereas yours is linger, you know?
Yeah. I don't know.
That's the idea. Chat, ideas on this. You know what Tyler's saying? He wants to be able to go, I hex everybody. Rena and Messi, your thoughts on his hex everybody? I like the idea of it on the nose. Like just on the nose, it sounds cool.
So it's necrotic. I mean, the other option is like it's Hexblade's Curse, so that I can crit everybody with a 19.
Yes, Tyler is poison psionic type Pokemon. Can you bloop Hexblade's Curse for us, please?
Yep. That's Relentless Hex. That's my ability. Where's Hexblade's Curse? There.
As a bonus action, choose a creature within the range where the target is cursed for 1 minute. The curse ends if the target dies, you die, or are incapacitated until the curse ends. You gain the following benefits. bonus damage equal to your proficiency bonus, which is what? 4?
5.
That's
Or
a
4. No,
lot.
4.
4 is a lot more. If you're level 10, would it still be 4?
I
I think it would be.
think it is still 4. I'm not sure.
4 is pretty awesome static damage. You're talking about a d6. That means you're in the top half every time, but not like, oh my god, broken. Because like, if you just took the average on a d6, it'd be considered a 4 anyways in the MM. And then attacks crit on 19 and 20. If they die, you heal HP equal to your level plus charisma mod. So, I don't know. Maybe you hype train to add Hexblade's Curse onto everybody.
Yeah.
Can
That
you also
still allows me
teleport to them?
Correct. Yes.
Ooh. I won't I won't lie. That's much better. It's a flat 4 extra damage.
The only problem is that basically is only useful if we're in a big crowd, whereas I feel like we need to have an option that's big crowd first and one that's single target.
No, you design it so it's utility enough that you can use it in both scenarios. Like Rena's ability is great if she's dealing with a group of people around a center point, or if she's hitting this at center point. Or in theory, if she just wants to fuck up the ground, she's like, rah! It hits the ground because it's some range or whatever.
What we're talking about right now would not affect single target. It would not be useful for a single target.
No. Well, it would be. I mean,
no,
because you could already do it.
A Hexblade's Curse.
Yeah. Well, it allows you to not use your Hexblade's Curse to use your Hexblade's Curse. Huh? No? Don't have combat often enough for that to be a factor? Fair point, Tyler. Fair point. So again, chat opinions on this one. I just like the idea of being able to stun, confuse, or do psychic damage in AoE. That's what Messi's not AoE. Messi's trying to status effect the fuck out of one person, like deep status them. Rena's looking to minor status effect, but also like rock the boat of a few people. And Tyler sounds like he's just trying to increase his raw combative ability. He doesn't want anything that looks big or badass. Something that's more subtle, more sinister, more or less just he's able to curse everybody around him, so it's just easier for him to get to them and attack them. It doesn't have that big thematic oomph like what everybody else is looking at. You know what I mean?
I mean, it could be. That's the thing. Is like I'm trying to think utility or thematic, which is why the eating somebody was very thematic.
Oh, I won't lie. Eating somebody's pretty awesome. Like I love the idea of just like, oh, is there a swallow whole mechanic in 5e?
There's
gotta be.
Is there a vor mechanic?
There's a decapitate.
5e swallow whole.
I'm gonna put some vor in the chat. Is that cool with you guys?
Some what?
Some vor. I was thinking about putting some vor in the chat.
I don't even know what you're referencing. I don't even know. I don't even know. The legendary Tarask for 1. Let's see. The Kraken, a giant toad. Ooh, a giant toad is a really good, and a giant frog are really good examples for what can do this. Also, a purple worm, a remoraz, and a behair. So you don't want it to be insanely powerful. So using a giant toad is a really good baseline. So 5e giant toad, because it would work similar to that, right? So swallow. Giant toad is a large-sized beast, Tyler. Swallow. The toad makes 1 bite attack against a medium or smaller target it is grappling. If the attack hits, the target is swallowed and the grapple ends. The swallowed target is blinded and restrained, has total cover against attacks and other effects outside the toad, and takes 3d6 acid damage at the start of each of the toad's turns. The toad can only have 1 target swallowed at a time. If the toad dies, the swallowed creature is no longer restrained by it and can escape the corpse. Blah, blah, blah. So how can it break out of being restrained? Is there a way out? Hold up, because usually there's like a mechanic, like you can attack the toad from the inside. But like, restrained means you have a speed of 0, attacks against you have advantage, and your attacks have disadvantage, so you can attack. So the way it used to be is you would have if you did X amount of damage from the inside, you would cut open a hole and you can kind of like force your way out or like push your way back out of the mouth. But Tyler, this doesn't allow you to get back out. It just like they just start stabbing you from the inside with disadvantage. Doesn't that sound terrible?
That sounds terrible for me.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Sounds like I would just die.
Able to hex everyone, including allies, could be big. You can teleport to a fallen comrade, or chase a fleeing enemy. I mean, I agree. Snaga. The only downside is it is a plus 2d6 every round for what, a minute? What's up, Rena? Oh, okay. I thought you were looking like you were gonna say something. No? Okay.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. So it depends on how long it lasts. 10 turns of 5d6 extra damage is a lot. Yeah. But what about 10 turns of 1d6 extra damage per attack? So it's just two, because I think that's all Tyler was asking for. I think Tyler was just saying, can I just like hex a bunch of people?
That was what my initial thing was, yeah.
Like, I like the idea that the level 1 is that you can both hex and Hexblade's Curse one target as a bonus action without using your use of Hex or Hexblade's Curse. You know what I mean? Like, that's a really good level 1. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe level 2, you can hex a number of targets equal to your Charisma modifier. And then level 3, you can hex a number of targets equal to Charisma modifier, including allies. So you can teleport to them and stuff like that, right?
Yep.
And then level 4 and level 5, how do we make that better for you, Tyler?
Maybe it doesn't have to follow the same avenue of hexes. It could be, it adds me a strength modifier to a restraining attack.
You don't want strength mod.
No, I'm talking. It makes my attack for my restraining attack more likely to hit.
Restrain. Oh, you're talking about
Constrict.
Gotcha. Well, level 5 would be really cool if you had all the other hex abilities and you can also swallow whole a hexed target. That'd be kind of cool, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Because that would kind of expand it. It's like if making a bite attack against a what's it, constricted or restrained or whatever. How does the toad
or
say?
Maybe it gives me advantage.
A grappled target. What was that? Maybe it gives you advantage on what? Oh, swallowing them.
No, advantage on attacking them, period.
Oh, that's huge. That's like really huge. Level 5,
Not,
add
like,
poison condition. That's actually
poison condition. Interesting.
Yeah, let me look at the poison condition because that sounds powerful. But at level 5, I can totally see that happening.
Well, I was thinking level 5 was
Oh,
2 advantage attacks.
Tyler, I won't lie.
Mm-hmm.
Level 5, it's add poison condition to all the hexed targets. That's pretty legit. They all have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. What are you two sneak talking about? You're like the kids in class that pass a note back and forth.
Education.
Like, do your fucking algebra.
Nothing.
Uh-huh.
They do this all the time.
I know.
They're little, like, friendship.
I'll clue you in, Tyler. It's okay. I'll
Yeah.
send you some links.
Stuff.
Do not send him any links. Don't fucking send them.
It's going to be like onlyfans.com/Tyfro.
Are you guys, like, sharing naughty pictures of me or something? If Rena's saying don't send me
No, it's not
links.
about you. It's not about you.
Okay.
It's fun. Messy's just messy.
It's about me. Is it about me?
I'm sending him links.
No, don't send him the links.
He said links. He didn't say the links, to be clear. He could be sending him links to Google searches of spam. Like the canned meat. So Tyler, 1, 2, and 3.
Tyler, I sent you some links.
1 is you can double hex somebody for free as a bonus action. 2 is hex everybody in the area. 3 is also be able to hex your friends for the benefit of. What is it?
Don't worry about it.
Rocks fall.
We're educating ourselves.
So
we're all
what's
dead, it
the
doesn't
poison
matter.
condition do? It just gives them disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Did you just say just?
Yeah, is it just those 2 things? I'm not saying
yes.
I'm not using just as in like that's nothing. I'm using just as in that's
Simplified. Yeah, I gotcha.
Yes.
Yes, it gives the poison's condition. So the idea that like level 4, you can swallow a hexed target that you've got grappled whole, and level 5 is any one of your hexed targets get a the poison's condition. Obviously, they have to make a save, a Constitution save, or have the poison's condition all of your hexed targets. That's pretty baller. I said baller.
Yeah. Pretty baller.
So, what do you think about that, Tyler? Does that tier in a way, because the advantage on a bunch of attack rolls, that's too.
I wasn't gonna say a
yeah.
bunch. I was not gonna say advantage. It was like I get advantage on 1 attack roll at tier 4 and 2 at tier 5. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, that seems a little high up there.
Okay.
Because yours is a time lapse one, whereas theirs is a 1 round one. Yours
Sorry.
is
Oh,
for
misclicked.
10 rounds.
Gotcha.
So throw it at me. Talk to me. Just like I was talking to Rena and Messi. Talk to me. What do you have in your head?
I'm just
throw it out
sitting
there.
here. I don't know what's going on at tier 4. If tier 5 is poison condition.
Oh, I was saying tier 4 is when you can swallow whole somebody that you have grappled. You unlock the feature to be able to swallow them whole.
The only problem with that is then they can attack me from the inside.
With disadvantage, but yes. Until they
Yeah.
die. Until they're consumed by stomach acid.
Which takes a while.
Takes 3d6 damage around, yeah. Your AC would, in theory, be would it be the same? I don't know. Well, I suppose in 5e, the way it works, even though you have armor on the outside, your AC would be the same. I have a shield. That applies. What? Right? Like it doesn't, with the toad, it doesn't say it has a reduced AC. It just says with disadvantage. So that toad is carrying a shield. Right? Am I wrong?
No. Does Hex affect saves, like saving throws?
Not usually, no. It's just the ability
Okay.
checks of one skill, but the poison condition makes it affects the ability checks of all attributes.
Gotcha.
Yeah. You feel underwhelmed. You seem underwhelmed.
It just doesn't it's great for a large group, but it still doesn't feel like it's good tiered to a single target. Like a duel.
Okay.
Like me versus a loper. That's the only thing. Like that's great
You
for
assume
a big
you
room.
assume there's one loper.
Okay.
You're about to go to the heart of the beast. There's not one loper. Have you already gone to a scenario where there was more than one?
No.
Is it your backstory maybe? No, this was just one.
Nope, that was just one.
Yeah.
Every time it's just been one. The only time it was more than one was when it was like the guards that
So
showed up.
If you want to focus on one target, then maybe going the hex curse to a bunch of people is a terrible route. Going an entirely different path.
Well, that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is like that makes sense for a situation where we have a lot of targets. But if it doesn't make sense. Like I get a limit breaker and it's like we're fighting this one badass big dude.
Mm-hmm.
It basically nullifies the limit breaker entirely.
I disagree because it still adds the poison condition to them. It still allows you to affect your allies, so you can teleport back and forth to them as well. You can still, unless they're larger than the size limits, you can still swallow them whole. All those things are there, or you just don't use it on this target, like Rena said before. And sometimes you have access to it, you don't want to use it. You know what I mean? That being said, I mean that's why the limit breaker, the one ability you can do, is supposed to be something that's so iconic to you that it's like, well, no, it doesn't fit every scenario. But in the scenario that I think is the most iconic thing where I should shine, this is what I want. So for you, if you're saying I want my thing to focus on one target, then what is your thing that you want to shine on against one target?
And that's where my struggle is.
You don't know how to shine.
Well, I have flavor that I can do with Ophios, but it's like he's changed twice now.
Yeah, he's evolved.
Yeah.
Keep giving him those stones.
I mean, the hex thing makes sense. Because the teleporting thing, I've been doing like a lot of the teleporting with Misty Step, but that's also what Messi does all the time.
I mean, yeah, but he runs away too as well, and you've been teleporting a lot longer than him. Anyways, chat, do you guys have any ideas as to what one big focus ability for Tyler specifically? A big old snake boy with a sword in his hands. What do you see as an ability that would be a focus of his? Mind you, he still has magic too. Like you can dip into the like Rena and Messi are not magic people. You can go down the magic pathway. Like I don't mean look up a 5e spell and cast that. I mean like vomit lava. And then, like at level 5, it also has an anvil behind it. They go, bing. You know, like.
Because his big thing is necrotic and psychic. Those are the main things he does. Necrotic, psychic, and then teleporting, because he has blink. Ooh, you know what'd be really interesting? I don't know how ridiculous this is, but pulls everybody into a different plane of existence.
That's intense. That's intense. I wish something like that could happen. That'd be pretty cool, but that'd be intense.
It's like it pulls everybody into the Shadow Realm.
I mean, that'd be really cool if you had a Shadow Realm based character.
Yeah.
Chuck, can you please tell me what Vor is? Because Messi keeps saying Vor, and he won't tell me what it is. What is VORE? What does it stand for?
Yeah, Chet, tell him what Vor is, Chet. Break it to him.
Like,
Send him some links.
I don't want to Google. He's like, Pat told me to Google something once, and I'm scarred. So, like, if you could just tell me what it is, so I don't have to see.
It's not as bad as that.
Yeah, you sure? Because that was pretty rough.
It's like
that was pretty.
It's very
messy,
degenerate.
Messy. That was
very
pretty
degenerate.
messy. That was pretty rough.
Yeah, I know. I saw it too.
Messy. That was pretty rough.
So I'll say it out loud. I'll say it out loud because Chat's too much of a coward. Vor is a fetish of people or objects consuming other people or objects.
Wait,
and then getting like big bellies full of humans.
So it's not a real thing. This is a fantasy thing.
No, it's not a real thing. But if
like
we have a
anime
giant snake
thing.
creature that's going to be eating people, it's literally Vor. So
Except people aren't, but it's a snake.
Vor is Armenian for ass or butt.
Oh,
nope.
Hey.
Look it up on the other dictionary.
I'm looking at Urban Dictionary.
Yeah, read VORE.
Victim of reset. Oh, VORE. I didn't get the E part.
Yeah.
I only put VORE.
Yeah, go ahead and read it out loud, Tyler. Thanks.
It stands for vorophilia. Erotic desire or sexual fantasy to be consumed or to consume another.
I mean, if you want my toenail clippings, you can have those. I have foot fungus. You can have it.
It's a little bit different than that.
I was just saying, like, Rena, do you want me to send you my toenail clippings? Or should I just forward
Please
those to
don't.
Messi?
You can forward them to yourself.
So, like, you don't want
All
me
right,
to, like,
Scott. All right,
bring
Scott.
a baggie of them for you?
All right, Scott. Tier 1 hype train. He lights a barn on fire. Tier 2 hype train. He lights 2 barns on fire. Tier 3 hype train. He lights 3 houses on fire. Tier 5, it's a whole village.
Yeah.
Tier 5, it's a hotel. That's when you have to pay the big bucks to stay there.
It's a
Be careful,
5-star
because if he
hotel.
gets Broadway and he gets the Burning Hotel on there, you're not making it past go.
Jesus Christ. So let's see. Teleport inside of them was a weird one, Messy. He's a
That's
lizard
Vor.
from the Kingdom of Two Crowns. Okay. Every time you're gonna eat someone, it's Vor. None of these are suggestions for what would be a really good focus power for Tyler. So Tyler, let's talk about Ophios for a second. Who is he?
He's
Confused.
a giant snake individual hell-bent on eradicating lopers from existence.
That's true. He is a giant individual helping eradicating lopers. He was one of the Sloko that was born with the ability to manipulate magic as long as he had a focusing crystal to allow him to do so.
Correct.
From an early age, he started learning to hex others and use that magic to like throw hexes or whatever on the other people. Later on, to teleport to get closer to them or to tactically remove himself from the situation. Fucking retreat. Let's see what else. What else?
He's a manipulative son of a gun, or was.
He likes to square off with his opponents. That's why he's 17 levels in fighter, so he can kind of like pummel them down with his sword, especially since he gets to use charisma for attack rolls and damage rolls, which is insane. Did Ophios have some rage effects during TK and RC?
He got
crossover?
emotional. He didn't have necessarily a rage.
I mean, I won't lie. Having like a rage, like no, because we're talking about Rena. Well, we're talking about Rena being a cool thing, whereas you're more hot-headed. Sorry, Snaga. What is it? So hot-headed is so plain to see. Got a fever of 103.
Hey Scott, here's an interesting idea. Snaga has been a big part of Ophios.
Yeah, I think he's
Instead of the
inside
poison, instead of the poison condition, what if the ground turns liquid and they get restrained or have to pull themselves out?
So that's kind of like the broken ground effect of Rena smashing her axe on the ground. Yeah. So the ground's running liquid. I'm like, if you want to do like a flaming thing, flame on, have fun with it. But fiery necrotic, I agree. He has been both fiery and necrotic. Do you see Ophios as continuing to have this boiling rage? Because I'm literally leaning towards the idea of what a barbarian's rage is. And if you don't know, it's pretty good.
See, this is why I wish I had listened to Rena's, but I had to go get my food. I didn't know what Rena's was.
She smashes something an epicenter, a person or an object or whatever it is with an axe, and they take a lot of damage, and the whole area around them takes a little bit of damage and becomes rough terrain. That's hers. And Messy is I poke you in the eye. I can't do noises. My voice. I was trying to do the whoop 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 of Three Stooges, but thank you. I can't clench that hard, if you know what I'm saying. So let's look up Barbarian Rage.
I feel like we just stick with the Hex Blades Curse thing and just deal with it.
Classes. I don't want you to be underwhelmed. I'll lie, I'm a little underwhelmed by Messy's, but the important part is that he likes it.
I'm a little underwhelmed by Rena's too, but...
Oh, it's funny. I like Rena's. Rena, don't you like yours?
Yes, I do.
But if you smash an axe into a ground, it doesn't create a rippling effect like a hammer or a maul would.
If you smash an axe into the ground and then teleport away before it hits, does it make a sound?
Yes.
Why do you talk?
Why do you let me?
Because I love you. All right. So it basic barbarian rage works, Tyler. Just to like throw this out there. On your turn, you can end your rage as a bonus action. Cool. You have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. Cool. When you make a melee attack using strength as damage, you get a plus. Using the strength, which you don't use.
I
use
understand.
Charisma.
I've been a barbarian.
You have?
I know what barbarian's rage is. Yes.
So you know about the resistance?
Yes. Especially if you take the pact of the bear or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you do know. Moving on. So not that route. Let's see what Tyler. Dark blue in
My
chat.
thing, the part that underwhelms me is like I like the option of having an AOE or an individual thing, and that's where in line we have
Snaga?
a different thought process. Because I like the idea of like I have a choice between this type of limit breaker or that limit breaker, as opposed to it's this one and it's always this one.
So the precedence that was set by the other campaign is it's one thing and it's always there, and that also seems to be working with Rena and Messi. So you're the odd man out on this one. Gonna have to find one that you really like, and kind of goes with it. So you have to. I mean, necrotic is one of the big focuses that you've always had. It could be more of a necrotic thing. Maybe you could do the opposite of a spirit bomb. You know what I mean? Like
the spirits suck.
I keep hitting the wrong fucking button. Sorry.
you're good, Rena. So the idea of like you just throw like a big necro bomb, but I don't know. Didn't you already have like a teleporting necro bomb thing before?
That's literally what my like what is it? Necrotic rift is.
That's right. That's what I thought. Oh, I thought you'd be easy. I honestly thought you'd be the easiest one here because you're the most thematic character here.
I'm very thematic, but that's the problem. Is like I based on combats before, it makes sense to do an individual thing, but then it makes me feel useless if it's not an individual thing.
That's kind of a cool idea, Sleepy Turtle. So Hex can affect. You can Hex and Hexblade's Curse level 1. Level 2, you can do a group of people. Level 3, you can do a group of people, including your friends. Level 4, instead of swallowing whole, you can do things like poison their blood. And level 5, you can set them on fire. Yes.
Scott.
Yes.
Instead of the tier 4 eating people, what if tier 4 made them go into a rage?
Why would you want them in a rage?
It does like their focus is on attacking and attacking only. It's not. It makes them want to physically attack, not necessarily use spells or something like that.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're throwing them into a rage so that, like, when you're fighting a Loper or a Spellcaster or something like that.
Correct.
So, yeah, so like on somebody like Rena, who cares? But somebody like a Messi, he'd be like, oh.
So tier 4, it makes them angry so that they don't think more about like their own well-being. They think more of just attack.
Is there a 5e condition that
like a
doesn't
taunt?
that?
It's like a taunt, essentially. So tier 4 would be taunt, tier 5 would be poison condition.
The 5e condition. That
Then
does
I'd
like
be
a taunt?
okay with that.
My back is killing me. It's so
I
frustrating.
don't know.
Like days of being in pain. Ugh. I'm just so tired.
Because then that would branch into the psychic as well. So it'd be necrotic and psychic, which are the two types of spells that I use.
I
It's
don't
like
know.
the opposite of mind thrust.
Is there a spell or something in any of you
Compel
5e
Duel?
fanatics?
Compel duel.
Or does Compel Duel do that? Want to bloop it?
I don't have compel duel right
I
now.
thought you had it on your.
Maybe I'll do that with my challenge clause. Let's see what this is.
All right, there you go. Attempt to compel a creature into a duel. One creature is. It has disadvantage on attack rolls against creatures other than you, so it was saving throw each time it attempts to move or save. I won't lie, that'd be pretty cool if it's auto.
So tier 4 is that, yeah.
So it's like it's like Hex and Hexblade's Curse as a bonus action, both of them without using up your thing. The level 2 is you can do that to Charisma mod people. Level 3 is you can do that to your allies as well, for the sake of like the benefits that you can provide for them, right?
Mm-hmm.
We'll get to that in a second. Level 4 would be because I actually can think of a cool thing for that one. Level 4 would be you enrage them, like boiling their blood, right?
Yeah.
So you make it so that they're compelled to attack you and have disadvantage on attacking other people. That doesn't specifically say they can't cast spells. It just says they can't attack other people. We'll get to that in a second. And level 5 would be the poison condition for all of them.
Right.
Do you like the idea of the poison condition for all of them? Is there something you still like the idea of?
I still like the poison condition for all of them because that gives them disadvantage.
Even against you.
Correct.
And
the
ability
thing
checks.
I would
Go ahead.
correct. The thing I would change on this is instead of disadvantage against attacking other people, they don't attack other people. They're compelled to just attack me.
I like the idea of disadvantage on attacking others because the whole idea is thematically they're not supposed to attack other people. Like keeping it with the spell, what level spell is this? Or is this just the
it's
glove?
on challenge glove. It's just the glove.
But isn't compelled duel or what? Isn't that an actual spell in 5e? Am I crazy?
I will try and find out.
Yeah. Necrotic body of creature.
Spell compelled duel. It's a first level, level 1.
Compelled duel. Is it the same exact thing that you just have written there?
Yep, it's you attempt to compel a creature into duel. Once the creature you see within range must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature is drawn to you, compelled by your divine demand. Yeah, it's everything in that. They have disadvantage on attack rolls against other creatures and must make a wisdom save throw each time it attempts to move to a space that is more than 30 feet away from you. I want to change that to instead of more than 30 feet, it just to move away from me. I wish, but if it succeeds on the saving throw, the spell doesn't restrict the target's
What about the opposite of a fear effect? Let me look at what fear does. Because frightened is disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of your fear is within line of sight. Maybe it's... No. Oh, so imagine the opposite of a fear. Disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of your fear is not in line of sight. Like they have to be near you. Because they're compelled to fight you. And they can't willingly move away from you. That doesn't necessarily mean they have to get closer, but it means that they can't go away.
Correct.
And they don't have disadvantage unless you're not there. So one of the things that you can do to manipulate the situation is you can teleport away.
Or
like
blink.
Yeah, blinks you're out of sight, or teleport into a building nearby. So obviously they have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls. But and then the cool thing with the next tier of that ability is that when it's poisoned, they even have that while they're within line of sight of you as well, because poisons would affect that, assuming they fail both saves. And they still can't move away. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's more or less I want them to be compelled to compelled to their animalistic instinct of punching and stabbing and physical violence.
Yeah, but the problem is if you do that to a character that
is entirely spellcasting, it's way too overpowered.
Exactly, it's too big of a nerf.
Yeah.
So making them focus on you is understandable, but forcing them to use just melee, which I'm pretty sure there's a Pathfinder spell that makes them do that, but Pathfinder is a whole different game. There's lots of save or suck in Pathfinder, so and it's
it's one of those. It's one of those where I kind of want them to be drawn towards like me and have less. Yeah, I like the idea of basic compelled duel, but I also like your fear kind of thing because it's like their eye is focused on me.
Yeah, so the opposite of fear.
Well, I feel like it should be more so that it's. I don't know about the opposite of fear because if I'm not there, them having disadvantage doesn't make sense. I feel like just compelled duel makes sense compared to adding the opposite of fear. Because it's one of those that if I'm there, they should have disadvantage. Whereas if I'm not there, then it'd be like, why would they have disadvantage? It just doesn't make sense canonically to me.
I get what you're saying. Again, the idea is like so I was just flipping it for simplicity.
Right. I just think compelled duel
I like the idea of
thing that makes
disadvantage
sense.
on everybody but you. Because if you also get, because that'd just be broken, right?
Yeah.
So the semi-opposite fear sounds like the best thing for, and then 5 we can agree with. There's one little tweak I want to do to level 3, because level 3 on its nose is kind of lame. I think the only, what ability gives you the ability to teleport to the people that are hexed?
It's my Eldritch enchantment.
So that works in tandem with that, but you can always switch that out, in which case that ability becomes useless. So I want to add something to that. What happens is Messi and Rena, when you use this, and
it's a bless.
You don't have to choose them to be one of your, say, 5 people you affect. But if you do, they get two things. One, they get to choose an ability score that they have advantage instead of disadvantage on their checks from it. Let's say Rena chooses strength and Messi chooses dex or whatever it is. And not when they attack creatures, but when creatures attack them, they take an additional 1d6 damage. Necrotic damage or whatever it is. So it's the exact opposite of what you do to others.
Yeah, so when something attacks them and hits them, the creature that hit them takes the necrotic damage.
Correct, as opposed to when you hit the creature. And instead of you giving the creature disadvantage, they get advantage on one attribute of your choice.
That makes sense. I'm down with that.
Hey, Scott.
Yeah.
I like this a lot now.
I was thinking more about mine. I have an idea.
Vor?
No, I wasn't thinking about 4.
Scott, that's I think we've settled on what
Tyler,
works.
what the fuck?
I just want to make sure that's clear. What?
Oh, you like froze. That was
You
scary.
froze. All of you froze. I didn't freeze. That was
really
your
scary.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
That was so freaky. And then all of a sudden he was like moving again. Sorry. For how many hours we've all spent on Zoom that we should not have been as shocked by that. It was just so clean.
So, Scott,
Yeah.
I just want to make sure we lock mine in. That's
Yes.
all I'm saying.
Yes.
Okay.
Level, you want to write this down? I mean, I know
yeah.
Joey has a pen out.
Joey, if you can write this down.
Yeah, I'm just
Joey,
kidding.
take notes for us.
Yeah, I was just kidding. So Tyler, get ready to write this down. Level 1.
Shit, I gotta write it in my bio.
Opening Google Doc.
Opening Google Doc as we speak.
Hey Siri, open Google Doc. Go fuck yourself.
Dude, you're gonna make everyone Siri. No, you won't.
No, it links to your voice. Like
Alexa, Google search for.
Brittany, that actually responds to everything. Brittany would be like, and it doesn't like
Tier
respond to
one-
her because she sounds like
Tier 1
Shadow
is
Troll.
Hex. Is it
I see.
Hexblade's Curse or is it a combo of both? Hex/Hexblade's Curse.
both as a bonus action without using your limit for the day
For Tier 1.
for tier 1.
And that's just on one person. Right?
Correct. And Joey, that's just because he's Australian. They're helpless.
All right, Tier 2.
Tier 2 is you can hex a number of targets equal to your charisma mod. Should it be charisma mod, chat, or proficiency bonus? I was thinking charisma mod because that's what he's based off of. It's better than like a number of targets equal to your level of hype train because that's kind of like anticlimactic at level 2. You know what I mean? So I think based off charisma mod, I think feels better. Stroke it, Messi. Stroke it. Oh, yeah. Stroke it. That's good.
Okay.
I like it. Level 3, can hex allies. Has opposite effect. Love the way you stroke that cat.
Yes, sir. I have a lot of practice. I've owned a lot of cats in my life.
Oh, yeah? It's a whole lot of cat.
Yeah, he's a little fat. You're right.
Got it. Got Tier 3. Tier 4
More to him than
is
most.
the Compelled
Yeah.
Duel.
You like a thick, like a nice
Say hi.
thick cat.
Say hi. Say hi.
Tier 4 was Compelled
Okay.
Duel on Hex creatures, right?
Correct, sir. They
And
like
then-
almost like reverse, semi-reverse. What's it called? Frightened, which we'll
Semi-reverse
define.
fright.
We'll define that in 2 seconds. And then tier 5 was
Condition.
poison condition. Yeah.
Huge
Now-
rules.
Let's be clear. Tier 1, hex does not require a saving throw, does it?
Hex does not do a saving throw at all.
Okay, so hex automatically works. Level 2 automatically works. Level 3 automatically works. You just get to choose your friends as well, and it has a different effect.
Tier
Level
4,
4,
Compelled Duel is
that's a wisdom save. And
Yep.
tier 5, that is a
A
constitution
con
save.
save.
Yep, cool.
Yep.
Chat, are we all comfortable with this? Do we like the way that Tyler's is defined? And Tyler, don't forget to write, they can't willingly move away from you.
I just put Compelled Duel, which I can bloop into chat, so.
But they also can't willingly move away from you.
Oh.
Jump for Joy approves. That means it's approved. Jump for Joy is the Rena of chat. Rena, remember you used to have the cannon powers until Vance took them away from you by leaving us?
I miss Vance.
Not
I miss
true.
Vance. I
I
also miss
Vance a lot.
Vance.
Yeah.
Vance, if you're
I hope
watching the
Vance
VOD, I
is
miss
doing
you.
well.
Yeah. I hope he's
I hope
okay.
Vance is doing well.
I miss hearing your voice every week.
Whenever somebody hards out like that, I'm always get worried. I'm like, no, bro, you're supposed to hard and soft out. Like, what are you doing? Like,
All right, I have my limit
Hard
breaker
and soft
written in my
out.
bio,
Nice,
so
dude.
it's saved. All right, cool.
but to be fair, he did like cancel the Arathian podcast first, and everything, so it was semi-soft. You know.
Yeah.
Um,
No. Yeah. Yeah.
Either way, so cool. Tyler's the most defined. Rena, are you more or less? So, did you look over the mechanics of the different conditions of 5e to see if anything like tickled you?
Wait, I had something.
Yeah.
What is it?
I interrupted Messi.
Yeah. Well, I interrupted you, then you interrupted back.
By the way, I just
Yeah.
want to be clear, Joey. You saw that I whispered to you several times, right? I just want to make sure that you actually saw that. That's Twitch whisper, not Discord. Go ahead, Messi. You're going to talk
so-
over Rena. That's cool.
I want to do. The idea was I do a strong attack that had status effects to it. Right. That was the idea that I had.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it would be interesting going from hype train level 1 to 5
Yep.
if I gave them temporary exhaustion
Whoa.
equal to the hype
Oh
train.
my god. Holy shit. That is, I think, too much. It's
Too
only
much?
it's only one target. Okay, to be fair, it's only one target and it doesn't come with damage.
Okay.
But holy
And it's temporary. I don't want it to be like a
Chet, do you
instant.
hear that?
I don't want it to be instant
To be clear, he's talking about he goes up to
or
somebody and
permanent. Sorry.
he hits them. He hits them for what the fuck's it called? Like pressure points.
Yes.
And here, I need to show chat what this would do. Okay, I need to hold on a second. Click you.
To be fair, 2 and 5 are just the same thing.
No, I need to show chat what this
5's
is.
just a way better version. Not 6. I'm not asking you to get up to 6. Obviously, there's only 5 levels of a hype train.
Chat. Sorry, Rena. I'm sorry. Your face is covered. If you want to go near your microphone, or you can just stay where you are. Sorry, didn't mean to be
You can
rude to
hide if you go in the other corner.
All right, so
Just
listen. This means level 1,
Fine.
he gives disadvantage on ability checks. Level 2, their speed is halved. Level 3,
That's not too bad. That's not too bad.
they have disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws. Level 4,
that-
their
make it-
HP maximum is halved.
Yeah, that one's bad.
Level 5, they speed reduced to 0. Sorry, they can't move.
Maybe we
And then hold
rework
up.
Rework
And then
5.
somebody
rework
else
4.
in the party can totally use another effect that gives like an exhaustion ability and just dead.
Maybe rework 4 and it doesn't stack with actual exhaustion. It's like a temporary exhaustion. It's a different pool. It can only go up to 5.
Hold on. I just want to be clear about this. Level 1 is not quite underwhelming. Like, I think that's kind of on par. Disadvantage on ability checks. It just makes one person struggle with skill checks. It's fine. Speed halved. I think that's fine. That's fine for level 2. You're really messing up one person's day. Disadvantage on all attack rolls and saving throws. I mean,
Again, if
Tyler-
you tie a term limit to it, or only a certain amount of terms
Sure,
that's
sure, sure,
applied
sure.
for.
but
then it's not
Tyler
bad.
at level 4 is making it so that happens all their attack rolls and whatnot against you guys. His level 5 is all attack rolls and ability checks.
Okay.
But for a bunch of people, not one person.
Yeah, this would be one person.
There's one person
It's-
that could, in theory, make a saving
Mine is
throw
up to
and
5,
ignore it.
5 people. Mine is up to 5.
Yeah, and his is one person. If they make their saving throw, their one single saving throw, they could just straight up ignore this. Chat, what do you guys think? Do you think that this is like
I'm a little worried
an
about
all
4
or nothing?
I'm a little worried about 4. I feel like 4 shouldn't happen. Maybe
What's-
with something else.
What's the why you do 4 and then Tyler eats them?
Yeah, I'm a little worried about that. 4 and then 4. That's our strategy for beating bosses.
Okay. By the way, 4, it may half their hit point maximum, but it wouldn't half their temporary health points. So they would still have, like, let's say their HP maximum is 60. So that drops it to 30, but they still have like 25 temp HP. Or am I being chintzy, chat? What do you guys think?
4 is great. Shaggy, thank you, but you don't need to do that for me. I know. You're a big fan. I heard. I've seen the DMs. I appreciate it. But we don't need to go that hard. Maybe a quarter. Or hit point maximum is lowered to a certain value and then goes back up. So it's just, I don't know.
I don't know. Tyler, Rena, what do you guys think about this? Can you see it on stream, or Rena, you have the conditions thing open up exhaustion?
I'm looking at it on stream here.
I mean, you can't look at you on stream, so I might as well look at that.
It's funny.
I mean,
Rena, I got you.
I mean, exhaustion is
Hey, girl.
massive. Period.
Oh, oops. Hi.
Like, Messi, explain how you're gonna limit this.
Well, it would be
One
like,
person and then make a save or suck.
sure, one person in a save. Also, again, it wouldn't apply to an actual exhaustion pool. It would just be effects that they're hit with that are separate from exhaustion. So if they were exhausted on top of this, it would just be the same effects up until 6.
How
no change.
long? How long is this affecting them?
I'm thinking like a handful of turns, like less than a minute.
So at tier 5, they would not be able to move.
At tier 5, they would not be able to move. Yeah.
I mean, I think that's fair if it's a limited amount of turns.
It's one person as a limited amount
And
of
it's
turns,
one
and,
person.
and it doesn't stack with other exhaustion.
Right.
Yeah.
I like
many
Sleepy Turtle
turns?
Cat. That's exactly what I'm thinking. Okay, guys, what's the strategy? 4 then 4. Everyone like puts their fist
How
in.
many turns? Because that's quite the hindrance. How many turns does it last for?
I kind of want to say
The
3.
DM, man. I was thinking in between 3 and 5. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, the other idea too is you make it so it lasts number of turns equal to the level of hype train.
I was thinking that too, but
Ooh.
then then it gets
So if it's
really
a level 5 hype train, it's 5 turns.
5
Or-
turns of their HP
Or
being maxed. or
hold up,
half
hold up, hold
maxed.
up, hold up, hold up, hold up. How about this? This might sound complicated, so bear with me.
There's a bear with you?
The level 1 ability lasts for 5 rounds.
Thanks
The
for playing that up.
2 for 4 rounds, 3 rounds, 2 rounds, 1 round. So for the
That works for
first
me,
round
yeah.
that you do a level 5, they can't move. For the second round, so for the first round, they can't move. The half, blah, 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 all that shit's there. For the second round, they can move now, but there's still their health points are halved and all the other shit. For the third rounds, they have their health points back, but they still have all the other shit. So it's like
So
you
it
hit them with-
decreases like as
Hey,
yeah,
rounds
so-
continue on.
think
I
correct.
guess.
right? Like, isn't that pretty badass? What's up, Rena Messi?
Yeah.
maybe for number 4, instead of just halving their maximum HP, we can just add damage to everything they take or something.
No. Half max HP is, I think, is better because especially if it's gone in 2 rounds.
Okay.
Rena, what were you saying?
Nothing, but I'm confused. So how does that work? You're saying so like okay, so if it gets back to like level 4 or whatever, they take the half hit point, but then it comes back to them? Is what
Yeah.
you're saying?
Yeah, just like when normally when exhaustion ends, that goes away.
So what does that do though in like a one turn?
Yeah, if I have 100 HP, my HP drops to 50, and then I get
and
hit.
then the next
and now
turn
I'm
it
at,
goes
like,
back to 100
47.
again?
Does it go back up? Does it
No,
like double back up?
The damage would remain.
That'd be automatic
yeah,
half
you'd-
damage.
Yeah,
But
that's
you'd
what I'm
have
worried about. That's why I
max
want to say
hit
just
points
double
back
damage.
again.
It makes more sense
Yeah,
to do double
I
damage.
agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it makes more sense to do double damage.
I think take out the half hit point thing altogether and just do double damage.
Otherwise,
I-
it'd
I
be
have to agree
I
with
hit the
that.
boss and everyone jumps on him to try to kill him before his HP goes back up for 2
But,
turns.
Which is
but
only
that's the, but hold
one
up. But that's the
turn.
same thing with double damage. You hit the boss, and then Rena's like, "I'm going to do my limit breaker with the extra 5D this and the 2D12 this and the
Yeah,
and that,
Yeah,
and
but
that-
his max
and that
hit
equals
points
more.
don't change.
but he
though.
doesn't heal it back when he's
Yeah.
done.
But you so let's talk about math for a second here, right? Let's
Okay, yeah,
let's
we
talk
can
about
talk about
Rena.
math.
Rena's a pretty
Algebra.
Rena's a pretty rough person, right? Rena's got like
Trigonometry.
100 health points.
I
So-
also feel like we should make it so limit breakers can't stack on top of each other.
Well, you can only get one, right? You can only get one, and then it goes away because it's a hype train.
Yeah.
You guys definitely. He means person to person, like all 3 of you on one person. I absolutely think that they should be able to.
I think
you
so.
Should we
be able
get
to, yeah.
3
I think we
tier
should.
5 hype trains back to back to back? We should be able to use them.
I agree.
Yeah,
I don't
I
think
agree.
that'll ever happen.
So
but, yeah.
let's talk about this for a second, okay, Rena? Let's say somebody's attacking you. Messi's attacking you.
It's impossible because there's a cooldown on hype trains.
He hits you for he does that ability to you, and your max HP drops from 100 to 50. That's a
Mhm.
pretty big blow. Temporarily drop
Sure.
down to 50, granted, but a pretty
Right.
big blow, right? Awesome. Messi, how much damage does your sneak attack do?
I can max 30.
Can you roll me damage and sneak attack damage right now?
Yeah, I'll just Yeah, sure. Here you go, brother.
Do an attack roll too.
Yeah, I'll do it for you, brother. Rena, did that hit? No? Okay. Here's damage.
I didn't even look
23.
at it.
23. So double 23 equals.
46.
So you rolled red. You rolled trash dice, and you already did doubled almost as much as what you're concerned about the other thing being too much of. So roll that damage one more time. Give me another.
Yeah, I guess I get what you're saying.
You see what I'm
What
saying?
about
I was
doing
thinking double
damage
would
on
be
top
too
of,
much,
though?
but
But
I rolled again,
but the
you know.
double effect. So now if you're double, well, you rolled trash.
27.
But 27 doubled is 52, more than halving Rena's HP.
Yeah.
And that's one person's attack. If Rena then also damages, like I think the double damage is actually more powerful than the half max HP.
Yeah, it is. It is. That's why I wanted to. That's why originally I said like add a d6 or something to all damage they take, or I don't know, some kind of DOT we could just add on after or something like that.
So see what Shaggy's saying right there is the other thing. What if their max HP is already below half? Let's say Rena is currently at 50.
Oh, the current HP is already below half.
Yeah.
Let's say Rena's at 47 health already. Then you do that to her. She's still at 47 health. It just means she can't heal above 50.
Okay, but if they're at 100, I hit them. They're down to 50, and they can't heal above it.
Temporarily.
So when
But then that
when
next
it ends,
round
then
they
they're still at
can.
50 when it
Yeah.
ends, right? Their max would go back up, but their current is still 50. So it would
That's
still
what
be
we're
half their
wondering.
health bar in one hit, which is what I don't want.
See, I feel like it would go back up. So let's go back to the scenario you originally
But then
described.
it's double damage again.
No,
Sorry,
it's
go
not.
ahead.
Hold up. So you hit them with this. Their health point goes from 100 to 50. Then Tyler hits them for, I don't know, 17, and Rena hits them for 21. So their health points are now at what?
12.
Sure. 12 health points. There's still one more round of them at half max HP.
Yeah.
But let's assume nobody's able to hit them. They're able to avoid you. All of a sudden, the max HP goes back. I kind of see that 50 coming back. That 12 turns back into a 62.
So it just temporarily removes 50 health from them?
Temporarily removes the 50 health. Same as a
For
regular
one
exhausted-
round, though?
Same as the regular exhaust. Like
And I guess it caps their healing too, so they can't heal above it. But
correct. It caps it
wouldn't
so they
make
can't go back up.
sense.
But it makes it so if you dogpile on them, you can in theory kill them in one hit.
In one round, though. Wait,
In one round.
That's
No,
That's
Rena,
assuming that we're all
Not
nearby.
one round.
it's still a hype
Not
four.
round. 2 rounds.
why 2 rounds?
Because
last
the idea is that if you look back at the quick reference thing, right? The idea is that speed reduced to 0 lasts 1 round. Health point
Mhm.
max lasts 2 rounds. Disadvantage lasts 3 rounds. Speed half lasts 4 rounds, and disadvantage on ability checks lasts 5 rounds. So it's like a tiered thing. It kind of like tapers off as it goes. So it'd be 2 rounds. That means Rena and Tyler each get 2 attacks. That's 4 attacks, unless they use their action surge, in which case that's 8 attacks.
That's
And
too-
Messi gets 2 attacks a turn, but he can't do it that first turn because he already used his ability. So there's
Yeah.
10 attacks, where in one round there's 10 attacks that you guys can do where their speed is 0. Now after that round is over, you still have Rena 2, Tyler 2, Messi 2, whatever it is. It's still 6 attacks where they can still run at half speed to get away from you. You know?
What if and maybe I'm nerfing myself too much with this because I feel like that's still too strong, like the way we're built and like the end game that we're getting to. I don't want to be able to kill a boss in 2 turns.
Which is why I like the idea of if we did make it so even when their max goes back up, their health doesn't go back up. I think it shouldn't touch temp HP. I think temp HP should be a separate bar from this.
Okay, sure. I
If
was
they
thinking
have it.
also
Well, Rena,
maybe
what's the smell?
Oh, okay. I see.
Joe Biden.
maybe
So
maybe
weird.
it puts their maximum at 50, but they can still have a current of over their maximum until they hit that maximum. Does that make sense? So they can't heal until they drop back down to 50, and then it will go away. Maybe I'm
I
looking
don't
into
get
it
it.
too hard, or
I
I'm making
don't-
it too complicated.
I honestly don't get what you're saying.
You have 100 HP. I hit you with this attack.
Yep.
Your max that you can heal to is capped to your half your max.
Yep, which
you
is
can only
50.
heal.
Yep.
You can only heal up to 50. So if you're below 50, you can heal up to 50 for 2
Correct.
turns.
That's normal. Yep.
If you're above 50, you stay at your current HP, but you can't heal until it goes
Oh,
away.
like the bar goes down and all the leftover counts as like temporary. I don't know. I feel like the whole thing should just drop because that's how it would work. If
Okay.
I hit you with a
With a bat.
with like an with an undead creature and they did that shit to you, your health point total would drop as well.
Okay.
So,
Well, then we'll do it your
yeah.
way. That's fine. I just don't want. I don't want a scenario where we end up anticlimactically beating the boss because I teleport on him and I poke him in the eye. That's all I'm worried about.
But at the same time, though, like first of all, they get a Constitution save against this. This is one ability where it's save or suck.
What's the DC?
DC is the same as everybody. It is 8 plus proficiency bonus plus mod.
Okay, so hold on. So 8 plus proficiency
Is 12.
is 4. It's 12.
Yep.
Plus mod is 4, so that's 16.
There you go.
I feel like most could pass a DC 16.
Like a DC 16, or it doesn't work, which means like all that like amazing power, if it affects them, which is why you do things like, hey Tyler, can you like hurt them first and like
Can you
make
hex
them
them?
have like, can you make sure they have disadvantage on this first with the poison condition or something?
Yeah,
I need
Tyler,
to, I need to ruin their life.
can you make them roll all saving throws with disadvantage so that I can make them roll all saving throws with disadvantage for 2 more turns? Or 3 more turns, I guess.
Oy vey. All right. I won't lie. I think it's a really good idea. Rena and Tyler, how do you guys feel about that idea? I think Rena
I'm
kept
fine
getting
with
talked
it.
over.
Say yes or you're banned.
Like it.
I think Messi may have influenced that statement.
All right, Rena,
by
could you be honest with us now?
What
wanna
do you mean?
We want to know how you really feel about the situation. Now, if you
Yeah.
want,
Why?
if you want to lean to your right, you can speak as Rena. But if you lean to your left, we need coach voice.
I'm literally like, which direction? This way?
Yeah, that's your right, isn't it?
Well, okay, yes, but sorry, it was throwing me off. I was looking at stream. Also, there's like a cursor bar there.
I was like, I'm not confused, right? Like, I think I know Rena's side.
You know my side. I don't know my side. I had to look.
Is
I
it
was
it
like-
bad that I know your side better? By the way, I just totally watched a sexy shadow walk by our door. It was a really sexy shadow.
I think it would work. I think it's fine, honestly. What I mean, do you think it's too OP? Like,
I think it
because
I think-
within one round, their max HP is gonna go right back up. So that's, I mean, yes, we could do a lot in that round, but there are a lot of factors that could go into this. Like, if we're too far away from the target and it's not, we can't make it in time, then we don't get to attack and it doesn't do as much damage. You know what I mean? Like, it depends on what's happening in the situation. So I don't know.
But Rena, it's
Fine.
one saving throw, or it's nothing. Whereas none of you guys have an ability that's one saving throw. You have an automatic ability, as well as multiple saving throws or it happens abilities.
As opposed to what?
As
Like,
opposed to
what's
you
the
guys.
other option? No, what's the other
Oh.
option?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. He didn't like any of the cool ideas we came up with. He was talking about like weird stuff. He was like, I think I just want to bait. So I just want to be a baiter. And it's like, okay, he's like, yeah, but we're gonna call it tier 5 like master. You know?
No.
Yeah. Yeah. They call it tier 4, vor, like a vor baiter. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, are there other options? I thought the reaction teleport all over the place was super cool, but he was like, I don't like cool.
Well,
wanna make you
okay,
sleepy.
I'm trying to think about it from his character standpoint here.
I don't know. I mean,
'Cause
I
he
think
feels. Yeah, go ahead, Tyler.
I personally think the teleporting thing was cool, but that's not my character, so it's not my decision.
But
Just insulted my decision.
well, yeah, usually.
It's my character, Scott. I think it's cool.
I mean, if he wants to focus all damage on one opponent, that's fine. I mean, we're likely to go up.
But it's
against
not even
multiple
damage,
people.
Rena. It's not even damage. Like Tyler is able to mess up a group of people or
So your
one opponent
argument
pretty
is that
bad.
it's not. Your argument is that it's not enough. Messy's saying that it's too much.
Situationally,
I'm not saying it's not enough.
perfect.
I'm saying like it is a lot, but it's only one target with one save. It either happens or it doesn't.
Or it doesn't.
I'm an all or nothing kind of guy.
Like
I
if
shouldn't
it
say
doesn't
that out loud.
happen, it doesn't happen. By the way, if we tried to do that to like an undead creature, they're immune to the exhausted condition, I think. At least I hope they are. If they're not, 5e sucks. And I'm going to
Check.
blame Viking if 5e sucks. It's Viking's fault.
What if there's a backfire?
You mean like he pokes you?
Maybe.
I mean, I don't think it's.
Read it.
I think it just basically does the same thing that my thing does, but to a single target, with the adjustment of the half health and the 0 movement.
What about the half health and 0 movement, Tyler? Go ahead.
Those are the only things that are different from my limit breaker.
But the difference is you get to affect multiple people and more than
Correct.
likely to do it. He affects one person and is less likely to do it. So his is like intense if he gets it.
What is the save that they would be going against for
DC 16 con.
For everything?
It's one save.
Both of you
Okay.
roll con.
Imagine
Con
this
save.
though. Like if Chad gets a level 5 hype train
See, I'm fucked.
and they listen though, if Chad gets a
I'm so
level
sorry.
5 hype train and they're like, we want to see Giannis do his limit breaker, right? Like they
Yep.
want to see you do your thing.
They,
Whatever.
they give it to him. Yep.
And then it fails and it's like, oh, that's it. That was the only chance that you had and you don't get to use it. Like that feels
Yeah.
very anticlimactic for
I have to
collective
agree.
for
That's
chat,
why
you know?
that's why you guys have automatic things. But Messi's saying, I don't want automatic. I want to be the big the all or nothing.
Then
He's-
if he doesn't want it, go against him. Like make it an automatic thing that happens to him, but goes against him. He's fighting it. You know what I'm saying? Like the backfire thing that I brought up. Like
I get exhausted?
maybe not you getting exhausted, but like backfiring in a different way. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just
I
trying
don't
to think
understand
about,
why you don't like the teleporting thing, Messi.
I want
Because he
one
had too much
big hit.
alcohol.
I want one big hit. Just let me have one big hit.
Then make it one big
so then
hit.
you'll
not
get
this-
That's what I'm
one
doing.
big hit.
No, but
So
not
then
this thing.
it's guaranteed.
What do
is
you mean
what
not this
want.
thing?
Not this
It's
thing.
either
Well, the majority of your effects, Messi, if I use my
Messi.
limit breaker, I do.
yeah.
Oh.
You do it. You just get it automatically.
First of all, my compel
use
duel
it.
makes it so that they can't move away from me, period.
What checks do they have against Tyler's status effects?
So his level 4
Wisdom
is level
save
5.
at tier 4.
Sorry, what?
And it's a con save at level 5.
Okay. So
Mine will
it's
probably
the
be
same
Everything
save.
else is automatically hits them. Like I'm going to hit one more person with Hexblade's Curse. I'm going to hit 5 people with Hex that could potentially be you that benefit you and give the people that hit you pain. Like those are guaranteed. And then I have 2 things that save. Your thing, it literally is, oh, they made their save, nothing happens.
So you want something more entertaining if I fail? Okay.
No, it's if
No.
the thing is not you failing.
Yeah,
It's the fact that nothing happens if they make a save. So if you did
Yeah.
this against like a troll who has a ridiculous con, it would be useless.
Well, I wouldn't
And
do it
makes
against
the
a troll.
save, then
So-
nothing
so-
happens.
oh,
Then it's sucks for chat.
Well,
you know?
that's exactly what I was gonna say. What Rena's trying
Yeah.
to do is to be the fucking union, what are they called? Go-to person for chat. I forget what they're called. Union representative.
Unionized
what the fuck
chat.
they're
I
called.
suppose. Yeah. I mean, well, see, this is the
I
hype trains
represent the
come,
complaints.
the hype trains come from actual money. Like we're talking about people
Yeah.
pay
I'm
to
not.
do
I'm not
something like
disputing
this.
that.
So I want something tangible, quote unquote, for them to reap, I suppose, or to,
Yep.
to witness, I guess, that
Yep.
comes from that. You know, something that actually makes a difference. So I understand where you're coming from, Messi, but like this
Alright.
is going to
Let me
be
pitch-
a
Let me pitch
a-
you an idea.
like a for sure thing. Whatever happens for this level 5 hype train is going to happen.
I can
Better
give
idea.
you a slightly altered version of it, and I want to hear his idea. I don't like this altered version, but let's be clear. For each level is a different Constitution save. So instead of all or nothing, they have to
You
make
want to do
5.
5 Constitution saves?
Or if it's level 3, 3 separate Constitution saves to see how many levels of whatchamacallit they get. So if it's level
Exhaustion?
5, they do 5 saves. If they make 2 of them, fail 3, they still have 3rd level exhaustion. You know what I mean? That could be an option, but I think that's also it could be fun. Like they made one, oh, they fell. You know, or it could be messy. What's your idea?
I think it's more exciting if we make it even stronger.
In what way?
If we
Showy
make
blue
it
balls.
if we make it even stronger to the point where if this hits, we will win. If this misses,
No,
things
because
will
then
go poorly.
then it breaks it, so it's not. So the
Yeah.
combat becomes anticlimactic if you succeed,
But
and
it's
then the
coin
ability is
flip that's climactic.
but it's anticlimactic if you fail.
it's
So
it's the bet.
but it makes it so that both sides are anticlimactic. It's like a disappointment. It's like talking to somebody from Florida. You know what I mean? Like no matter what, you're gonna be disappointed. You know, like
This has to be a middle ground.
there
Unfortunately,
has
like
to-
it. I know that it's like I get where you're coming
I'm
from.
actually
Like the
agreeing
coin
with
flip.
Rena. Yeah.
The coin flip is hype, like when you get it, and it's like, ah, it sucks that you didn't get it, but we're moving on. But this particular instance has to be a middle ground because they're contributing to a hype train for your character specifically to
Mhm.
do this feat or whatever it is.
So
So-
think of it from an entertaining perspective. It needs
Or
to be
think of it
something
from
that
an
makes it
RP
worth it.
perspective. Think
Yeah.
about it differently. Like what would push
Yeah.
Yondas beyond his limits to be able to pull off this feat or whatever it is you're thinking. You know what I'm saying?
His mom. Clearly, his mom would push him to.
Tyler.
Sorry.
I wouldn't say it's like a football game that ends at a coin flip. I'm saying it's like you put it all on black and you let the ball spin. That's the entertainment.
But chat's
peop-
putting it all on black, aka Yondas. Like you're
I mean, I'll let them choose who they put it on.
But Messy,
I'm not
the
gonna
thing is,
claim
it,
shit.
it comes down to because I open roll those rolls. It comes down
Yeah.
to you're going against somebody that's going to have, let's say they even have a +3. That means just going to roll a 13 or higher to beat it. Okay, but then I also have Daddy's dice, so now they just have to roll a 9 or higher, and then which is a 55% chance, or sorry, a 60% chance to roll a 9 or higher, and then a 25% chance after that to still succeed. And to not use Daddy's dice is also kind of cheapening the what was kind of like given by chat too. So unfortunately, as much as I originally liked the idea of this all or nothing big boom because I love save or suck abilities because that's my background, Pathfinder, D&D, old school, all have lots of save or suck and I think they're fun. And 5e unfortunately removed them, which sucks. That aside, Rena's right. Because it's more than just like the tabletop and our giggles and laughs. There's a little bit more to it than that because it's a streamed game. So actually, I agree with that. Rena makes solid points. Rena, stop being so smart. Chat likes you too
Sorry.
much.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we need them
I'm
to
just thinking
dislike
about it
you
from
more.
their standpoint. Like what?
Yeah, no. We need them on our side. Stop being awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. Now, if you want to get Ophios off your bed, he looks too cute too.
That's Charmander.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was Ophios.
He's
Ophius
not
is
that color.
life-sized.
That's not what Ophius looks like. If he was, it'd be a shiny Charmander.
Oh,
it's
Ophios
2021. I don't
flesh?
see color. I
I
would
feel
see
like
color.
I understand what you guys are saying. I feel like that's not the problem. Like if chat's disappointed because they went all or nothing on Yondas's ability to completely turn the tide of the fight and it didn't work.
You don't have to
I-
turn the tide though. You could definitely just make an impact. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference. Like you could make an impact without turning the tide at all. Like you could be like, I took out this one guy.
Let's think
but
of it from
like,
chat's
still.
perspective here, right? They get a level 5 hype train, okay? They have your level 5 ability they can pull off if they want. They have Ophios' level 5 ability they can pull off. The only reason they would go with Yondas's is if those two won't work. That was the idea I had in mind. Was
You
if
think
there's
that you're a
no-
last resort? Like Yondas
literally
would be a
no
last
other
resort?
option.
But hold
like-
up. You guys don't watch Inclame, so you might not know how this works. What if you guys are literally just in the middle of a fun little chat with an innkeeper talking about their daughter picking their nose,
Well, then I
and
wouldn't blow
chat's
his
just
brains
like
out.
chat's just like fuck it, let's hype train, and they build it up to I don't know a level 3 or 4, right? At the end of that hype train, we then do a poll to vote who the hype train goes to, and they vote for whoever. That's usually how it goes. It's not always in the fight in the moment that builds up. That's
Sure.
usually in the other moments that it builds up, and now it's locked into your character, like prepared, locked and ready to go.
I like the idea of you use everything you have, and then when you have nothing left, you hit the big red self-destruct button. And I think this would work well for that. I'm fine with even changing it where if I fail, something bad happens, because I really like the idea of I hope we never use it, but in the off chance we do, it's like a big moment, you know, for everyone, for chat, for us, for everyone. It's not just like It's not like a, oh, it's useless, like we'll never use it because we win everything moment. It's only useful when we're losing or when we're about to lose, which will probably never happen because we have Rena here and she gets natty 20s on disadvantage. But
Okay, listen.
you get the idea.
You can't bake on me though. I had natty one a lot.
Barina, what am I gonna say next? You got their back.
Disadvantage. Oh, shut the fuck up.
How did you not see that coming, Rena?
I didn't. Okay, go ahead.
I didn't.
Oh,
So it's not like it's not just to go back to what Snaga said, just real quick. It's not a football game that ends in a coin flip.
I'm sorry,
I agree with that. It's not.
You're down 35 points, and there's one way you can score exactly 36, but it's really hard to do, and you have to plan it all out perfectly. That's the scenario where you would go with the Yondis. That's what I want.
I think what Messi is trying to say is he's not going to walk into a fight and have this be the first ability he uses.
No.
He's saying that it's when the cards are out, chips are high, I don't know, water levels low, whatever it is, and that's when he's like, I'm gonna poke him, and they're like, no, yeah, I'm gonna poke him, like, no, he's like, I'm gonna poke him. And then you know that's what he's trying to paint for a scenario. That
and
could
if it fails,
work.
I get my fucking face cut off and I die. That's fine. I'm fine with that.
Or you just run away.
Yeah, or I run away really fast and leave them behind. Yeah.
Yeah, we've witnessed that already. So, unfortunately, I don't think that I think for this scenario, Messi, you're gonna have to think about something else. And in the interim, because I do have to go to bed. Like the whole point of this was to run it a little bit shorter.
Yeah,
go till 1 o'clock anyways. So I think maybe what we should do is actually set up a straw poll. Is there a website for doing straw polls that you can link in Discord?
Strawpoll.com? Is that a thing?
Strawpoll.com. Cool. Thank you. Let's set up a straw poll. And we'll post it into Regicide spoilers for people to be able to vote and give their opinion if they think that your idea of boom or no boom. Let me pop Discord in chat.
I mean, I'm
no
fine with something bad happening on a fail. Like if the excitement is, or if the problem with it is that people don't want it to just end in nothing, they want something to happen. Like a guaranteed something will happen, either good or bad. I'm fine with that too. I just wish that the good thing would be a little bit better than one turn they can't move and all the other stuff. Because again, Ophios can do that. So maybe something that Ophios can't do. If you wanted to go that,
Ophios doesn't freeze anybody in place unless he's constricting them.
Yeah, but that's just one turn. That's one
Ophios
turn,
doesn't have their health points.
That's true.
And Ophios doesn't auto give disadvantage to everybody. They have to
I
fail a
think number
Constitution
4.
save
I
against
think
level 5.
the fourth one would be the one. That's the thing that makes it an all or nothing thing. Where if he hits with the 4th up, where it halves their max HP, and we can all dogpile on him and spend everything we have left to kind of like try to chop him down in this last moment. I think that would be a big moment for everyone, and not just like I don't want it to be safe. I don't want it to be something we can rely on. But a moment like that, like just in your mind, if you picture it, we're going against the final boss. It's just us and them. We're down and out. Like we only have like 10 HP between all of us, right? And this hits, and we do double damage. They're cut in half. It's like shit. We have a chance. If we
double damage equals more damage than half health.
Okay, if they're half health, whatever, you know what I'm saying. If we all hit, we all start
unless
like
it's like a
swinging.
dragon,
We slowly start chipping them down, and then finally, like Ophios gets that last hit, that Hex Blade breaks, and we know it's over. Like, I think that moment would be insane. So that's what I was looking for. I don't want like a safe, guaranteed damage thing. Like I understand exactly why you're saying that, but I think that's why we have you guys. So that's all I'm saying. Sorry, I just wanted to add something that we didn't have to the pool of options. Okay, I'm done. That's my case.
Again, I originally liked your idea a lot. I understand what you're saying.
Okay, cool. That's all I wanted to know.
And I've been there with you the entire time. Okay. Rena's the one that walked me back. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's a very logical approach. Because she's seeing it not from the perspective of Rena, Messi or Yondis, Tyler or Ophios. She's seeing it from the perspective of everybody else.
If I was a viewer and I was on that hype train for an all or nothing thing, I think I would be more invested. But that's just me. I'm a gambler, so
and I think that there are the silent group that aren't voicing their opinion of agreeing with you. Like Summon Snake might be like, Messi is God. Everything Messi says is dripping with yum, which is fine if that's what Summon Snake thinks.
Summon Snake. Yeah. I would have figured you've been an Ophios fan, but I appreciate it. Thank you.
I mean, honestly, It's just making him feel
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, it's just too much for them. Yeah.
See, yum. He's saying it right there. You forgot the Y. Anyways, so
You mistyped that, yeah.
Oh.
Rena
Sorry.
fan. Typical Rena fan.
Oh, man.
What?
Everybody loves Rena.
Natty
This
20
should be a
disadvantage. Okay.
sitcom. Everybody loves Rena. It's just Rena and her spouse with their kids
It would
living
be
like
boring.
across the street from like her in-laws, and
It's
their
literally
in-laws like come
WandaVision.
over all the time.
It's WandaVision.
Yeah.
Hi, Rena.
Literally
Just
WandaVision.
Rena Vision.
Everyone loves Raymond was the but that's okay.
Yeah, but
I get the reference.
everyone hates Raymond in that show.
Well, everybody hates Rena.
Clearly,
just
Summon
kidding.
Snake says she's better than Scott. Right there.
I mean, that's a typo.
Also,
I
that's
hope.
a really low bar, Snake. Can we maybe get someone more likable in there to compare to?
I'm taller than Rena. It's a high bar.
Okay.
Wait, Scott's taller than you, Rena?
Yes.
Only
Listen,
by like.
I already-
Okay, no, he's not. He's 4'11". I'm taller than he is.
So I met somebody today. Remember how I said I had to go to one location before I went to another location at work earlier? So I met
Mhm.
somebody who only knows me from Zoom calls, from like conference calls and whatnot. So I met her today. Her name is Alicia. I met her today. And she goes, and after like, she's like, I knew it was you when you walked in. Cause like just the way that you walked. I was like, yeah, it's Scott. That makes sense. I was like,
What does that
Thanks.
mean?
Judge. She's like, but I have to be honest with you. You're way taller than I expected. I was like, excuse
oh my
me?
God.
She's like, I don't know. I just thought you were like 5'2". I'm like,
Let's go.
why? Why?
Because you're
Look real
short.
short, dude.
No,
yeah.
no, she thought
You
I
put
was
off
like
that
5'2".
short energy.
Scott,
Apparently.
you want a hint?
Got
You want a
short
hint?
energy.
Lower the camera.
It's just, I'm slouching because I feel like shit. I could sit up.
Mm.
You know, like,
But you won't, so lower the camera.
but the camera's right over my screen. It's like my screen's right here.
Oh,
That's why
Well,
everybody
lower your
thinks I'm
screen.
short, is because.
yeah.
No, Tyler's actually taller than me. And
It's a top-down
I'm tall.
POV.
Mm-hmm. I'm 6'1".
I'm
Mhm.
taller than the average human.
Yeah, he is 5'2". You're right. No, he is.
So
Yeah.
if Giannis's thing is gonna deliver less, why not make his hype train lower?
Does it deliver less? I think number
If it's
4
not a
is good. Number 5
guarantee-
is kind of weak. I'll be
If it's
honest.
if it's not gonna be a guarantee, it should be cheaper, yeah?
Oh, you
but
know
then
what
I'll
we can
use
do?
it more.
Hold up. You know what you can do?
Mm,
Hold up. You know what you can do?
gamble that way.
What's that?
No, hold up. Listen. So you can
Yeah.
do.
What's up?
Level
Scott?
1 is what we said. Level 2 is what we said. Level 3 is what we said.
Okay.
Level 4, which is the controversial one, is maybe what we said or this other thing. And level 5 is either maybe what we said or it's roll with disadvantage.
Okay, can you restart? I got lost.
Level 1 is what we said.
No, you don't need
Okay,
to under.
start,
You don't
start
need to
over
start
again.
again.
I'm sorry.
Level
No, no,
one.
no. I got it. All right.
Level
So,
1.
got
so
it.
either 4 or 5 converts into, instead of whatever it says on the list, it converts into roll with disadvantage for this ability.
I like
Who's
to
rolling
say-
I'm
with
6'1".
I think
disadvantage?
5 should be
I'm
disadvantage.
actually 6'1".
Who's rolling with disadvantage?
The guy who's rolling the con save rolls with disadvantage. But I mean,
the
Tyler can do that
higher
with a
ones?
hex, right?
Tyler, well, Hex doesn't make them roll saves at disadvantage, but he can poison them or something to do it. There are other ways to cause disadvantage.
See, that's perfect then, because now it's a team effort to get this trump
That-
card to work.
That's what I think.
And we still have to all team up after it hits.
Because disadvantage mathematically equates to a -5.
I like it. Yeah, I think keep it as it is. I don't know. I feel like number 5's still weak. Where speed goes to 0. That's really important if it's like, if you're a character, you know, and you can't move, like
So
ever
then
for the
what
rest
should
of the
number
day.
5 be instead?
Number 5 should be something that affects the
Is the
Restraint
moment.
automatic
condition.
thing, so people feel like they,
Restrained condition.
No, God, no. Maybe number 5 is like deaf and blind or something. I don't know.
So chat, what would you like the idea if 1 through 4 were save or suck, but number 5, the 5th one, is an automatic thing that was
That could
just
be a good
different
balance,
that
I
builds up on it. So it's like 1 through 4 of the save or suck, but if it was pushed to the 5, that's where it's like, no, we got creme de la creme, you know?
We get something real good.
Yeah, it's real juicy.
Guaranteed or not?
Number 5 would be guaranteed.
A
It'd still
guaranteed
roll against
something.
the first 4, but number 5 would be a guaranteed thing.
Okay.
We just have to find out what that is because I like Rena and Ophios's. Like I know Ophios Tyler had a minute like kind of swallowing Ophios, but I think Tyler's starting to. It's really settling with him what that can do, especially the help allies part.
The swallowing part because I didn't.
Yeah, the swallowing part. I was just trying to. I just really liked you to Vor. You know,
I really like the swallowing part. Can we make sure we keep that in, please?
Well, he can already swallow. He can definitely like Tyler's really can swallow.
Oh yes.
Like I don't know if you watched the football game last night, but Tyler can
swallow his pride.
Yeah.
That's a Wednesday joke. The Vor part. Yeah, especially the Vor. Can we keep the Vor part in?
Rena,
That's
can
my
we
favorite.
canonize that Tyler Vors?
No.
This isn't on the podcast, so you're it's not official or unofficial.
I'll ask Vance. He'll confirm.
Vance has to sign off on it.
Vance will sign off on it.
We need Vance's cosign. Vance, can you cosign?
Really, no doubt.
We need
No
some
doubt. He'll
calculus
sign
for you,
off
Vance.
on it. We
Scott, I
even
don't
need
mean to
it.
interrupt. I know
Fine.
you said you wanted to go to bed, but we did come up with magic items. Do you want us to
Does
just?
chat know about this, or was this like a hidden thing before? I don't
Next
remember.
time thing, I guess.
Was this like a hidden conversation that we had before?
The Vor thing? No, the Vor was there. The Vor was present.
No, the other thing.
The what thing?
The other thing was a hidden conversation.
Okay, so you should maybe keep that hidden because you spend so much time talking about war.
I think that's time to end.
I thought you mentioned that.
I think that's it.
All right, I am like a dead person right now. So let's I thought I was gonna go to bed almost an hour. Oh, sorry, like a half hour ago. So this is all good. I'm glad we were able to muscle through this. I think it should still be a straw poll with 3 options: messy something new, messy all or suck, messy all or suck to 4 with a auto
Here,
something at
T5.
5. Yeah,
Auto success or whatever.
Yeah, but auto on
Oh,
something
are you
else.
making that,
Like,
Rena?
we don't know what the auto something is
No,
yet.
Okay, I'll make it.
I'm not making it.
Well, we just don't know what the auto something is. Oh, thank you so much for the 1500-bit Summon Snake. Well, Summon Snake's trying to pull in the first hype train. By the way, guys, Rena, Messi, Tyler, you guys got a hype train, I think like a week ago or like 3 weeks ago or something like that. And it never got used for anything. Like, level 5 hype train never got used for anything. And Joey is trying to take it for something pertaining to a Idirian update. Especially since you're leading bad guys into a deer again. So, do you want to allow Joey to take your hype train level 5 and deliver it to
Is it helpful to us?
and deliver it to a deer to help a deer, or do you want to keep that level 5 hype train for one of you to have, and chat gets a vote on this, not you, for one of you to already have a lock and loaded level 5 walking into next season?
No,
Joey takes it.
I think he takes it. Yeah.
I think so too.
Okay.
Joey, you better do something good for us, please. Not that you haven't already.
Kill him, Joey.
Joey, I
I have
voted
to.
for this because of your kindness.
All
That's
right.
true. Joey
Did
was
you
very
already-
kind.
You already straw poll?
I forgot what the options were. Can you say them again?
Messy something different. Messy all or suck. Messy all or suck vor.
Got it.
Auto something 5. I don't know how to explain it better than that. All right. Can you set the poll for like 4 days or something? Oh, now they're trying to get a hype train going now. Jesus.
Now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's this for?
Rena, don't you know you're the fan favorite? They want to give it to you.
Do they? I don't believe that.
I don't know. Let's find out. So, because you guys aren't familiar with the way it works, a hype train level has to be completed for it to count as a level that gets access to. So I have no idea what this is. We'll find out right about now.
Remove
so
finger
level
from
one's
trump card button. Appreciate you, Saga.
level 1 is already completed. So that means automatically somebody would be able to have a level 1 and done. It's if level 2 is completed.
Chat gets to
level 2.
pick.
But they get to vote for it. The best time to vote is when Norway isn't here because apparently it stutters the stream for the 1 minute. Might as well just do the poll. He's here anyways. It's only 1 minute. But shit. Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? Rena, anything else?
What, am I supposed to read your mind?
Please.
Okay, let me try.
Bagel bites.
Ice cream.
I'm short.
Coffee.
I'm short. Oh.
God damn it.
Oh my god.
First of all, I haven't had a bagel bite since I don't know, I was 6.
Hey, you're thinking about it right now, aren't you?
And second of all,
Bye,
I'm
chat.
taller than you. So
I wanted to leave when I was on top there, which I
What
always am,
happens
because
after
how
the
short
last
you are.
regicide session? Go.
oh, after Regicide's over?
No, after the last session, last week's
I'm
session.
thinking
I want
after
to
Regicide's ends,
fucking
we
know.
play Monopoly.
Oh, I know, Rena.
kidding
I
me?
know. I know. We 83%. I know we really
Sad.
want to play that session. I just, as you can tell with I was not able to role play as these characters.
Oh, I know,
today.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I could not get there.
I'm not guilt tripping you.
Rena, I couldn't get it up. I'm sorry.
Did we get to keep this hype train?
Fine, Scott.
Yes, unless Rena and Tyler also want to pass this off.
I know
to...
somebody who could get it up though.
Oh, was it Markiplier?
And his name is John
No.
Cena.
Who is it?
Messi stole my joke.
Oh,
Oh.
Really, John Cena?
No way. Are you serious?
Thought it'd be Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Not Dwayne.
No, John Cena makes the most sense.
Okay, chat. Who do you want to
Dwayne
have this hype
Rockhard
train out of the
Johnson.
3 of us?
well, you can't pull while the hype train is there, otherwise you can't see. You can't
Oh,
see the
good
hype
point.
train. Yeah, and then things get awkward.
It
I'm
could
like, I
affect
don't
the
know, I got
levels, though.
completed.
They could be like,
Well, they get to vote afterwards, and they can
That's a
use
good
Daelric
point.
Pop for their votes. So, what are your party's plans when RC is over? New campaign? I mean, I have an idea of what I want to do.
And the
But,
stream.
I'm a new campaign, of course, but I'm not going to tell you my idea.
It's a pirate theme.
I mean, our
Wade's in it, and he has hair.
we're going to be the
oh my
Buccaneers,
god.
right? Tyler's number 12.
Buccaneers.
No.
I like yesterday we were watching the game, and Tyler was dissing Brady. We were just like, turn around. Tyler, turn around.
When he says we, he was the only one telling Tyler to turn around. And I was like, Brittany, the reason why he's telling Tyler, I know you idiot. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, Brittany thought it was
realize
funny.
I didn't realize you stared at Tyler that much.
She's like, of course I know. I'm subbed.
My
I
hair.
didn't know my wife was a sub.
It's just my hair.
You didn't know?
I didn't know.
I thought you ran Daddy's Dungeon.
I mean, I'm in Daddy's Dungeon.
Oh.
Ooh.
I'm in
Got
Daddy's
it
Dungeon.
there.
I don't run Daddy's Dungeon.
He only exists in Daddy's Dungeon.
Should
He's
I
not
set
Daddy,
a deadline
you
for
know.
this poll, or should we just leave it open?
Oh, I think you said a deadline for about 4 or 5 days to give people time to watch the
Okay.
stream. And
So till next week's session.
no, because we want time for you to come up with something between now and then to think about.
Wednesday.
Wednesday's pretty solid. Wednesday night.
Rena, when
Oh.
does your thing end? Your coach voice thing end?
Thursday.
It's Thursday it
think.
is.
Thank you guys so much. Working towards that level 3 hype train completion. You guys are
Thursday
so
at
Holy
noon.
heck.
Okay. So, what was I saying? I don't remember. Rena, what were we talking about? Spin
We're
my mind
saying
again.
goodbye.
I'm trying. Oh my
Put the
goodness.
timer on. You can't peace out during the time. Like that'd be super rude. If in the middle of a hype train, you're just like, all right, bye.
Oh, that's true.
Right? Like it's so dick. I wonder if viewers actually use it as a way to keep streamers streaming. Like if you're like watching Ninja or something and you're like, no, I don't
Ninja
want it to
won't
go.
Look. Ninja won't look.
You won't even
I
know.
guarantee you. He
Yeah,
wouldn't
he'll
look.
just end it. He'll be
He'll
like,
just end
fuck
it.
y'all.
He's like, I don't care about $50. I'll pay $50 to leave right now, and then he does.
That's
We
funny.
were talking about who the daddy of Daddy's Dungeon is.
Oh, that's right. I think it's the
So, yeah.
cat. I think
That's
Brat
weird.
is the I think Brat is the daddy of Daddy's Dungeon.
Joshua.
No.
Joshua.
No. Josh tried to sit in that chair. He couldn't even get up there.
That's so
Rude.
sad. How
So
are you
rude.
able to get up there?
I'm tall.
He has a stepping
ladder?
stool.
No,
Okay.
my wife has stepping stools.
Oh, your
Josh couldn't
wife
sit on it
picks you
because the
up.
chair was too small. That's why. Because all the
Don't-
furniture is too small for
No,
normal size
Yeah,
people.
yeah. Scott's wife has stepping stools for him.
I thought it was
No, she just
hilarious.
picks him up and holds him up.
I have never gone apple picking at a place. I've never gone apple picking with a ladder before in my life. And the one place that Josh is like, hey, meet us here. The first thing you see when you go walking in is trees.
Sure,
Is a sign
Scott,
that says trees with
sure.
ladders. I swear to you,
Mhm.
I've never been to that place in my life.
Oh.
I made a couple comments about it, and Josh was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Is this place too nice for you, you fucking hipster? Is it too corporate for you?" I was like,
Hey,
no, I
Scott.
just like it when it's like a mom and pop's farm. And he's like, okay, you hipster. I just like to support local farms. This just seems really put together. And his
It's
wife
really
was
put
like, what do you
together.
mean by put together? I was like, well, there's very defined parking spaces everywhere with many people to direct traffic in and out. And they literally have wooden fences for walking areas between all the different grass parking lots. It's very fucking they have a structured area for you to
Scott?
specifically go through to buy your Apple bags. Like, it was intense. Yes, sir.
Do you want the poll in Regicide spoilers?
C, regicide spoilers. You know what I'm saying.
Spoilers.
What did you just boilers?
Regicide spoilers.
Spoilers.
If you guys were to rewrite your characters in Pathfinder, what classes would you? Oh, they don't even know Pathfinder classes. Like none
I'd
of
be
them
a
know
lance.
Pathfinder.
I'd be a
I would be a
lancer.
Psyblade.
A cavalier. I'd be a cavalier. The most
Psyblade?
useless.
You mean a
Isn't
soul
that
knife?
thing?
A
Soul knife. That's it.
But that's
that's the one.
literally what Messi is.
That's
Also,
me.
Joy, I don't think so. To answer
I
your
think
question.
Messi. Nope. What's your face? What's your name? Your name is Tyler. You'd be a psionic warrior, which is what Mortifer was.
Okay, that sounds fine.
Yeah.
I like that. I'll
So-
kill Mortifer.
What's the worst class in the game?
Guy, can I build a
Neil?
character
What's
that's
Neil?
a
What's
Mortifer
Neil?
killer?
I'm sorry. What was that?
I want to build a character in Pathfinder that's just a Mortifer killer.
It just kills Mortifer.
Yeah.
Okay. All you have to do is play a young character,
Okay.
and then wait.
Okay.
God damn.
God, I want to be a cavalier.
So savage.
A cavalier that rides
Jesus Christ.
one of those fake stick horses that kids get.
Rita chases your coconuts as like your cohort bard.
What? What?
Come along,
What are we
Squire. We have
talking
much
about?
ground to cover.
Rita, I don't mean coconuts. I mean coconuts.
I
he means
understand. Yes, no,
coconut.
like the sound.
mean-
I know.
Yes,
I got
okay.
you.
Okay.
I'm on the same page, dude.
My God,
Well,
you're
you-
quick. You're
God.
keeping pace with me on my steed.
You're
You
not
mean
on
a
a seed.
scooter?
Every single time you say I'm not on a steed, I look down, I have a mental breakdown, and then I go back to flying. I mean,
All right.
Level 2 hype
fly?
train completed.
All right, here we go. Who get first
Shut
flight?
Cat. Shut up.
Choo-choo.
Come here.
Whose level 2 is the coolest? I think Rena's is.
Oliver, say goodbye to Chad.
He looks so upset.
Dad, put me down.
All right, here you go. You guys ready? Boom. Poll started. 1 minute poll.
I can't vote in the poll.
There you go.
Oh, that's
I evened
interesting.
it out.
Don't vote in the poll, Tyler. Not you two.
I already voted. I was the
Stop
second
voting.
vote.
Stop
You're not allowed to vote.
I voted once.
Vote for Messi.
Stop. Look how many.
And I didn't
look how many
vote for
daddies
me.
you're making me waste, Chad. You all suck.
Why are there 5 options? And
There.
2 of them are me. One of them is me, or one of them is Messi, and the other one is not Messi.
There's
and the
only
other
one
is
for
Rena.
me. Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
I
I
don't
think
think I'm
it's
gonna
to
win
make
this
it
one.
fair, Rena, because you're the crowd favorite.
That's okay. I don't know.
You are the crowd favorite.
What is the not messy? What does not messy mean?
I don't
It's
know.
not-
Also,
I mean,
why
it's
is there a
messy.
volume bar next to Rena's face?
That's from
What?
the.
Yeah. Why do
the
I have a
overlay.
cursor on my face?
Oh,
That's what
Rita,
we overlay.
it's well, you know why.
Oh, you made me
the
waste so many
volume.
channel points, guys. Stop.
Turn me up and down or what?
Oh, Rita, you want me to turn it up? There we go. Boom.
42 of those votes were me.
I don't know. what I'm
Not
supposed to
messy.
do.
Okay, let's do a new poll. It's not messy.
Okay, we gotta stop voting in the poll, you guys. Come on, let chat do it.
I vote once,
I'm not gonna vote in this poll.
Don't
and
vote. I don't believe you.
I vote once, and I'm not allowed to vote for me. That's how I play this game.
Don't vote in the poll. Period. It's supposed to be a chat.
I'm not
decision.
voting. I'm not voting.
I'm in
not gonna
chat. Are you not
Yeah,
in
okay.
chat?
I vote.
a
I'm
viewer.
a mod.
I always cast one vote because I
I'm
can
not gonna
cast one vote.
Scott, you can't.
What?
I'm not
this
gonna
is-
vote. I'm not
You
gonna
can't
vote.
vote either. Don't vote. This is chat only.
I'm not voting.
Rena says she
Hands
reverse
up.
slowly
Hands
reverse.
Hands up.
I already
I'm not channel
voted.
points.
Hands up. Don't vote, Scott. You're not supposed to vote in it.
I vote the meme.
Hey Scott, can I get some channel points?
No, I can't
I
control
just
that.
used all of them.
Like, you literally can't control that. That's how Twitch works. You can't control it.
I've used 25,000 channel points today.
It's really sad.
Can't get
Well,
your
the
ass
same
out of my
thing.
fucking
What does
face.
that mean?
It's the hype train. See the eye?
Hip train.
Hip train.
Eye
Hip,
train.
hip,
See hype train.
Hip.
hip train.
Hip.
Tyler.
Hip. 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 Hip.
Tyler, I'm noticing you just caught up in the polls. How does it feel?
Wonderful.
As you
Why'd
can
you
see,
say it like-
Voting not
why'd you
messy.
say it like
Jesus,
Professor
who
Oak?
went
God damn
nuts
it,
on not
why?
messy? Oh my gosh.
They just
think
didn't want me
Messi
to get
went
the
messy.
most.
Oh,
Silicone,
Again?
Steve.
Silicone Steve,
Oh
what
my
the heck?
God.
Silicone Steve.
Silicone.
It's not even real.
Okay. All right. Let's try this.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Scott, just go to bed.
having
dude.
them waste their channel points, dude.
What?
Scott, just
No,
go to
totally
bed.
not
That
doing
Yes,
might be
huh?
his goal.
All right. Let's have a legit one.
Chat, I'm sorry, man. I'm trying.
Do character names. The only problem is Rena is the character name.
Arena the character or Arena the PC?
Yes.
Which one? I don't know.
Yes.
I only want to vote for Arena the PC, not the character. I don't like the character.
All right. Hang
That's
on.
fair.
character.
I don't like the character either. She's a bitch.
Yeah, right. No
little
one's
bit.
falling for that one. Who the hell voted for that? All right, everyone vote for me. It's time I win this thing. And now that I've said that, they're not going to.
Voting for green? Whoa. Hold on.
Why green?
Why green?
Why
What's
would you
gr-
put green
What
in
limit
there?
breaker does green have?
He's a
Is it
paladin.
NPCFI me?
He's a paladin. He jumps into the call mid-campaign and accosts you.
Zone of morality. You have to do whatever he says.
Well, you have to do whatever's moral.
Which is what he's going to tell you. Yeah. He's not just going to be like, eat chicken. He's going to be like, you need to give back the money to the old man you
They
stole
should
it
all
from.
perish.
You're
He's gonna
supposed to be
say,
like, "I
eat less
want to."
beef.
Rena, the
Gonna have
last
all
two
of us
times I did not messy. This
perish.
time I am the one vote for you. I kind of want to change it to Ophios though because he's
Mhm.
lonely.
You didn't need to tell me that. Fine.
Steve, no, Steve, let it go.
No!
No. Oh, it was Matt this time.
Jesus, Matt. Oh my God.
Well, Green,
no,
good
no
luck.
memes this time.
Okay,
Well,
so
I'm
Messi
at,
gets it. I think
Ophios
Messi
is an
gets it.
NPC now. Rena's axe has been taken from them, and Rena's
Okay.
soul is now with the devil.
All right, chat.
Let me
That
help
already
Chat out
happened.
here. Chat, if you want to vote for me in favor of me, vote for Rena. If you want to vote against me, vote for Tyler.
Nobody vote for Messi. If we have 0 votes for Messi, that would make me happy.
I want all.
I already voted, so I literally can't make you upset today.
Tyler, this time I voted for you. Because the first 2 times I
I-
voted not Messi. This time I voted for you. Last time I
I
voted for
stopped
Rena.
voting because Rena yelled at me.
Dude,
I
you
haven't,
can't stop
I
voting.
haven't
Don't you
voted
know
in
that
any of them.
Rena's-
You have to stop voting.
Rena
It's
doesn't
a
have an
chat
opinion.
decision.
Rena doesn't get to
I
have an
Rena-
have
opinion.
an opinion, but I
Rena
can't
yelled
vote.
at me.
I didn't yell at you.
I only
Yeah.
get 1 vote. I'm not allowed to vote more than once.
I voted because Rena was saying things, and now I wanted her to be mad at me.
Chat, now's your
Okay.
time. Now
Why
it's
do
time
you
to push
want me to be
it. Chat,
mad at
push.
you?
No memes. No memes. Go, 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 go. Push, push, push.
Scott, I'd like to change my vote for Rena to Tyler because he brought up a good point in the last debate.
What do you
I think my thing froze, so I can't see what the score is at the moment.
This voting is bad.
Rena wins. But if I voted, but I wanted to vote for Ophios, so that 1 vote would have tied them. So you should do another vote of just them.
In all
This
fairness,
is like
I
5
voted-
votes.
I
voted
actually
for
can't
Rena.
see. I can't see what it says. It legit
I
froze.
voted for
'Cause
Rena,
Rena.
so it
9,
says Rena.
Ophios 7.
Oh, okay. So where it froze, because it froze for you about 8 seconds away from the end. So it's still 8702?
9720.
Yeah, whatever.
I voted for Rena.
Thank you.
All right. I voted for Ophios. Okay. Rita, you get the first level 2 hype train.
Great.
Messi, did
Did
you
you
make
say
this
you
straw?
didn't want it?
I didn't say anything. It's fine.
I thought when you were making your hype train, you were like, "Ah, I don't really want to use this unless it's super important.
Psst, Rita,
What? What, Scott?
maybe you could trade the level 2 for the level 5. Just be like, "Oh, don't you want to have level 2 that's 2 hype train, Snaga? A 2 hype train? You don't want
I'm
that
not gonna
one level
extort
5.
chat.
Do you want the 2 hype train? Because there's 2. There's 2, not that one.
I got a
level
really good
5.
idea. Let's just give all of the hype trains we've earned today to Snaga.
I like this.
So he gets a 5 and a 2.
Let's Naga?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like this.
Let's
I like
Naga use it?
What
Okay,
about
Snaga
Aurorum?
gets it.
Otto's not that bad of a person.
Ano then gets it. I don't care.
Okay, Anna gets it. Yeah, that's fine.
Trade's level 2 for a new leg, Steve.
Steve gets it. Steve needs.
No,
a leg.
Steve's trying to fight a deer, so if he gave Steve it would undermine what
I don't
we
need
did
the leg,
for,
it's
for
fine.
Snaga. So
Guess what, guys?
We don't have a decision.
I'm going to bed.
Okay.
okay, wait, keep it warm for me because I'm gonna be a little bit.
Brittany already made it warm, so it's good. You're good.
Okay, cool.